आज भी घर जाता
सॉरी, ओ हमारा इंट्रो दूसरी बार बजने वाला। ओ माय गॉड, ओ माय गॉड, कौन है? Cyril, what happened to you?
Oh, that Cyril is there.
He's come
Cyril is
with
there.
Cyril.
Hey man.
Hey, hi Cyril. And hi Cyrus. Nice to see you.
Hey, what's up?
तालियां तालियां हबूबू।
Habubu, jinga lala.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Very sensual. Very sensual.
I know, थोड़ा
अरे,
Oh no. Oh,
but
मुंडी हिल
still,
रही है
sir.
उसके साथ.
I think it's fair we've known each other long enough. Guys, what a lovely surprise it is to see Habubu right here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the chat is going crazy. I told you, Habubu, that they'll be like Hababai to their minds.
Arey, I missed the Harami chat, man. I missed you guys so much, man. I met Hoezaay day before yesterday, so I didn't miss Hoezaay that much. But
They've been like abusing you and like, giving you galis for months now.
They abuse me every day.
Yeah.
Every day I get one like nasty thing happening. But Lord Hoezaay, I would like to tell you about my travels. And Lord Suresh,
Wonderful.
I was in Indonesia and Dubai, and I went to places like South Africa, and
Wow.
people are hearing you across the globe, Lord Hoezaay.
But are they listening? No.
Yes.
No, they won't listen to you, but they'll
watch
hear you.
They can hear it.
They can hear you. No one's listening, bro. The fact that you can get a hear is a good enough statement. So
Anyway,
I met
guys,
people in Dubai, very
that's
very attractive
incredible.
people who were like, that Hoezaay is delicious.
Ah,
Yes.
that's a
They
good
said
thing.
they
I
wouldn't
may
speak of
be
that.
going to Dubai next week.
Yes,
Also.
Lord Menon. I think I will. You have to stand at the Mall of the Emirates randomly, and they will come to you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'll do that probably.
Ladies,
So, somebody from Dubai,
forgive
I'll be
me
there.
for interrupting the festivities, but I would just like to begin with the formalities. दोस्तों,
अरे अक्षय कुमार,
मेरे घर के ऊपर तार, मैं हूँ अक्षय कुमार, सब लोग आओ बाहर। आज हमारे साथ हमारा माननीय गेस्ट्स, एक जो हंस रहे हैं, आफ्टर लॉन्ग टाइम, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, पुट योर हैंड्स टुगेदर for the one, the only, the Habibi, the Hababu, Cyrus
Saukar!
Missed you guys.
मेरे को अगली बोला,
पिछली बोला,
हगी
पिछली।
बोला, ओके,
Huggy.
चलेगा। और with us, the man with the master plan, with the jiggy jam, the man, SNOOP, DOGG, why the DOGG? वो Snoop Doggy Dogg का rhyme है, sorry, सुरेश मेरे।
Whoa.
ये क्या था?
And ladies and gentlemen,
Wonderful.
don't forget the man who's responsible for the stream, the man who's behind internet, the man who's computer himself, the man who's the digital media all by himself, the one and only Hoezaay. Arey,
Always sounds like Suresh is mocking me when he does that. But
he doesn't like good announcements. I'm
Agi,
surprised.
Yeah.
Hoezaay,
please, भाई लोग आज
Filling
बहुत-
up stadiums across the land. He doesn't get bigger and better. He's better than a band.
Yeah.
Thank you. भाई लोग, sorry, I know आज बहुत ही chaotic energy है, chaotic energy साइरस साहूकर की वजह से mainly. But साहू इधर आओ, group hug, सब लोग पास में, मेरा हाथ नहीं दिख रहा तो ग्रुप हग। खुश गुप्ता बोलती है, सुरेश सेंड योर जिम डाइट और प्रोटीन कौन सा ले रहे?
अरे आज बहुत सालों के बाद पहली बार गया हूँ तो
सालों
के मारा था वो सुरेश आज, तो वो bashing the shit out of that bag.
ठीक है। और शिवेश बोल रहा है, द क्रेजी फोर्स टुनाइट अननर्विंग, कीप रॉकिंग गाइस। और कार्तिक ने बोला, नाइस टू सी साइरस बैक विद मिस्टर कंसिस्टेंट एंड शाकिब। जोक्स मारते लोग।
मारो उसको।
Now you can spend 5 minutes. Give you 5 minutes to tell me about the 9 months that we haven't seen you, Cyrus.
No,
Yes,
no,
I
not
just-
9. Not 9 months. In the middle, I came and joined.
Yeah, he
Then
did.
I
He
was-
did. So it was exactly 6 months. He's all right.
Yeah, bro.
6
Then I've
months.
been running around working, and then I went to my sister's house, and then I shot some stuff. And then somehow Saturday nights is becoming like it becomes hectic. You have to be out at someone's place, and then there was Diwali, which was really, really full on, man.
And then people look down on you when you're on the podcast. They're like,
Dude,
घर पे?
everywhere I go, if I'm doing anything apart from being on ghost streams, people like, "Kya kar raha hai apni life ke saath?"
Anyway,
Wapas
Mr.
जा,
We
wapas
we have not forgotten about what's his name, Cyril.
Cyril, that
Cyril.
guy. Haan,
Yeah,
that
he wo aayega. He's at
long
dinner.
hair.
Yeah, oh, he's at the. Yeah, I saw him
Oh,
in
His
Bandra.
dinners. He only eats dinner on Saturday nights.
So,
Monday
sir,
to Friday wo nahi khata.
let me point this out to you. I had also gone out for a family dinner, but I told them that I need to be back at
Yeah,
9:30.
that's
I need to
focus.
be in front of my laptop.
that's focus. That's focus.
Wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful.
wore the wig because you can't see the bruises on my head, but
And they were
You have
like,
no-
sir,
you have
we
no
haven't-
friends or family left now. This is it.
No, they were like, sir, we never invited you in the first place. What are you? You can go, no problem. Anyway, it's really good to see you back again, Cyrus. Cyrus, it's wonderful catching up with you. You know, you have
But
to tell
Gabriello
people
is out on a dinner out of his house, or is he eating at home?
out of his house, somewhere in the
That's what he-
BKC area. You can find him, guys.
oh,
Look, we have to tell people that we are doing things in normal life. हम लोग घर पे नहीं बैठते. I stepped out of my house yesterday. I met Cyrus Saukar. It was wonderful. It was what a
Beautiful.
great
It was really
feeling
nice.
to be
was it
next
by
to him.
accident? Was it planned?
It was planned. It was
It was
planned.
planned.
Sorry.
It was
And that's why Jose would get out of the house.
He
But
doesn't get
don't-
out of the house.
But Suresh,
Suresh,
don't
I have
worry.
not seen. I have not seen the physical form
Yeah.
of Suresh.
Oh yeah, since ages, man.
In
I
ages, bro.
can't believe it.
It's
कितना
impossible.
प्यार के साथ बोले कि since the ages. But Suresh, see, don't worry, I'm not cheating on you with Cyrus. I dropped him very far away from his
Yeah,
house.
yeah, he did, and what a bastard! He then kept saying, "It's one way, na. Your house is one way, so you'll walk. I mean, you're a fit guy. You want to get fit, don't you? You're getting
पोल खोल कर रहा है.
like you're getting fat. You shit.
Shameless,
Go
man.
walk,
If I was there, I would have dropped you side till your doorstep, bro.
bro. I was in his car and he shut the AC vent on my side and said, "Idhar hawa अच्छा ज़्यादा
I did
आता है."
not do that.
I wept at home for 10 minutes. फिर घर गया.
You know, I want to start the stream, but you dragged me into this. You know what Cyril does? The second he sits in the car, na, he starts saying, "Arey, garmi lag raha hai, garmi lag raha hai." The door, you can hear it closing while his sentence starts, "Garmi lag raha hai." I said, just give me 2 minutes, I'll put the AC on.
No, it's
But-
because
but
of you. It's
Cyril-
dude. He
Cyril is
shows
right.
off. You know what he says? On off vent. ये देखा है? ये देख. On off, and then he shuts it off, and then the air comes to him,
Please.
and
please,
his
guys.
like the 3 hair on his beard shake while you talk to him.
All right, here we go. Get it all out. Get it all out, guys. Get it all out. We're about to begin. We're going to
Yes,
start
please.
with the
Opening
cottage.
line in the car is, "So Sai, tell me about your life. How's married life? How's yeah?" So I've been killing it on YouTube.
I did not say
I didn't even get to answer, bro.
What the?
I missed you, Suresh. It was tough.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm pulling in our first.
I thought we were dating.
person, okay?
Like, anyway,
Freaks, you guys are.
now we gotta get
Cottage.
okay.
Oh God, now the scary stuff
suspense
starts.
takes, yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, we are waiting for McHamster Cyril. वो आएगा.
Hey Cyril, तू किधर है रे? तू अच्छा लड़का
No,
है.
no. These are not AirPods. These are those boat का है. Boat अच्छा है,
Hey,
by the way.
बहुत अच्छा है
ये
bro.
बोट हो गया. हाँ?
Got scared.
Wow.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
now.
ये तो बाप रे, ये तो
Chal,
कृष्णा
quickly
कॉटेज
place
जैसा
your
लग रहा है.
bets. Suresh, where are you saying he's calling from?
Cottage suspense story, but I think he's calling from Dehradun.
Dehradun.
ठंड है
Cyrus?
obviously.
बहुत ठंड है.
Mountains या तो रामू
We've
काका की
given up
टोपी
on the
पहन के
ghost
बैठा है.
angle. We've given up on the ghost angle. We do this now. Anyway,
Great.
But
pulling
it's very
in a-
good. It's a very good
Hey, you have
question.
to unmute him. by the way.
Yeah, कर दिया.
Please.
Good
Can you
evening,
hear me
sir.
now?
आपका स्वागत.
yes,
We
sir.
can hear you.
सबसे
Alright.
पहले आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा कि आप
जी
कहाँ से जुड़ रहे हैं हमारे साथ.
गाजियाबाद से
गाजियाबाद. I was
Welcome,
not too far off. I was not too
हाँ.
far off.
You're never too far
वो-
off, Suresh.
200
What-
किलोमीटर.
But
सुरेश सर वो ठंड नहीं है, मैंने आपका हेयर स्टाइल कॉपी करा इसलिए कैप पहना हुआ
अरे
वही मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि गाजियाबाद में तो अभी ठंडी नहीं है भाई.
है.
welcome, sir. You've been on the stream before, I think.
3 times.
करेक्ट, आई न्यू इट, इसीलिए वो
क्या-
थोड़ा हल्दी डाल दिया कैमरा के ऊपर सो दैट नोबडी विल बी
नहीं
देयर, बट
नहीं
डोंट
वो
वरी।
मैं हमेशा फोन से आता हूँ, ये लैपटॉप का कैमरा अच्छा नहीं है।
हल्दी
नहीं,
कैमरा।
don't say sorry for that, because ये लोग मेरे मेरे कैमरा के बहुत मजाक उड़ाते थे पहले लैपटॉप में जो
एग्जैक्टली
था।
पहले मैंने आपका हेयर स्टाइल कॉपी करा और अब मैंने कैमरा कॉपी करा।
सीरियसली।
क्या
So I'm with you.
अजीब बैंटर है। ओके चलो शुरू कर रहे हैं सर, द
हाँ।
स्टेज इज ऑल योर्स, वी आर लिसनिंग फेयरली
Okay.
केयरफुली।
तो मतलब ये स्टोरी एक फिक्शनल और रियल स्टोरी का मिक्स है। ये मैंने मतलब एक स्टोरी सेशन में ही सुना था, तो ये टोटली किसी और का है। और ये
ठीक है।
एक मतलब शॉर्ट स्टोरी में भी लिखा गया है, मतलब कहीं बुक्स वगैरह में कहीं पे है, तो ये मेरा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है।
ठीक है
ठीक
सुनाइए
है,
आप।
ओके। सो 3 दोस्त देहरादून जाते हैं हॉलीडेज के लिए, और उनके अंकल का एक कॉटेज होता है वहाँ पे। ठीक है, तो वो साल में 2 बार उस कॉटेज में जाते हैं हॉलीडेज के लिए। और तो इस बार जब वो जाते हैं वहाँ पे, तो कॉटेज बहुत गंदा होता है ना। तो वो केयर टेकर से पूछते हैं कि क्या हुआ, तो वो बोलता है कि 1 1.5 साल से यहाँ पे कोई आया नहीं है, आप लोग भी आते नहीं हो, तो इसलिए साफ सफाई हुई नहीं है। हाँ, क्या हुआ
नहीं नहीं
आगे?
नहीं
सुन
नहीं,
रहा हूँ, जस्ट पुटिंग माय
सुन रहे
पॉइंट्स
सुन
ऑन।
रहे।
ओके,
ओ, टू माय TMI।
TMI। तो वो लोग वहाँ पे सफाई वगैरह कराते हैं और शाम हो जाती है सफाई होते होते, और रात को सब लोग आराम से बैठ के ड्रिंक कर रहे होते हैं। ठीक है? तो सब अपनी लाइफ की स्टोरी शेयर कर रहे होते हैं, क्योंकि सब 1 1.5 साल बाद मिले होते हैं, और ये तीनों लोग कजिन्स हैं।
अच्छा।
हाँ, और वो जो कॉटेज है वो भी इनके अंकल का ही है, जो कि रेंट पे देते हैं हॉलीडेज के लिए। तो जब वो ड्रिंक कर रहे होते हैं, तो उसमें से एक भाई बोलता है कि यार फोन में सिग्नल नहीं आ रहा मेरे, और किसी के फोन में सिग्नल आ रहा है क्या? तो वो सब चेक करते हैं, और किसी के फोन में कोई सेल टावर्स नहीं है। तो वो लोग हंसी मजाक कर रहे होते हैं कि तुम्हारे अंकल ने के यहाँ पे नेटवर्क जैमर्स लगा रखे हैं क्या? तो उसने बोला कि क्या हुआ, हम सब पार्टी कर रहे थे, को सिग्नल का क्या करना, क्या है इतनी रात को यहाँ पे? तो कह रहा है कि यार मेरे को अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड से बात करनी है। तो वो हंसी मजाक कर रहे थे कि यार एक रात तो उसके बिना नहीं रह सकता, ये है वो है। तो उनमें से एक बंदा बोलने लग जाता है कि अरे तुम्हें क्या पता है यार कि लड़की के लिए क्या क्या करना पड़ता है। ठीक है, और ये बोल के वो ऐसे पीछे चेयर पे ऐसे पीछे लेट जाता है। ठीक है, सडनली उसको ऐसा फील होता है कि कोई उसके कान के गर्दन के पास आया, और उसने उसको बोला कि मुझे पता है कि क्या क्या करना पड़ता है। एंड दिस गाय जस्ट फ्रीक्ड आउट कि क्या हुआ, क्योंकि बाकी के दोनों कजन उसके सामने बैठे हुए हैं, पीछे कोई नहीं है।
पता
ठीक
है
है,
क्या क्या करना
बट
पड़ता है?
बट दे आर इन हाई
व्हाट?
स्पिरिट्स, तो कोई इस चीज को इतना सीरियसली लेता नहीं
I
है
just
उन
heard
दोनों से।
somebody say that to me right now.
नो
क्रेजी
नो।
नो,
Please.
नो वन
समवन
एल्स
फ्रॉम
हर्ड इट,
समवन
समथिंग
फ्रॉम
हैपेंस।
बैंड्रा, समवन फ्रॉम बैंड्रा डिड इट।
हाँ, फिर क्या हुआ?
तो फिर
उसके बाद वो उनको बताता है कि यार तुम में से कोई था क्या? तो उन्होंने बोला कि क्या बात कर रहा है, तो तेरे को चढ़ गई है, और इतना सीरियसली नहीं लेना चाहिए इस चीज को। मतलब वो इतना सीरियसली नहीं लेते हैं। और ये जो बंदा है जिसने वो चीज सुनी है, वो बहुत ही मतलब बहुत ही वियर्ड फील कर रहा है इस टाइम पे, बहुत फ्रीक्ड आउट फील कर रहा है ना। उसके बाद रात हो जाती है, सब सो जाते हैं आराम से, सुबह उठते हैं। तो जो थर्ड कजिन है जिसने ये सुना था, वो कॉटेज के बाहर जाता है सिग्नल के लिए, अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड को कॉल करता है, और उसको फिर ये इंसिडेंट बताता है शाम को कि रात को ऐसे ऐसे हुआ था। तो उसकी गर्लफ्रेंड जो है वो बहुत सुपरस्टिशियस होती है। तो वो उसको समझाती है कि मैंने तुम्हें मना किया है कि ऐसे वेकेशन पे कहीं रिमोट एरिया में मत जाया करो। ठीक है, और ये भूत वगैरह सब असली में होते हैं, तुम लोग सीरियसली लेते नहीं हो, और इस चीज को हल्के में मत लेना। ठीक है, तो वो कहता है कि हाँ हाँ ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, फोन कट करके वापस आ जाता है। ठीक है, अब वो लोग दिन में भी हैंग आउट कर रहे हैं, चिल कर रहे हैं आराम से। ठीक है, तो ये जो जिसने आवाज सुनी थी, ये कुछ गुनगुनाने लग जाता है वैसे ही, मतलब कोई भी, मतलब हम खाली बैठे गाना गा रहे होते हैं ना, है ना। तो अब एग्जैक्टली स्टोरी में गाना क्या था वो मैं भूल रहा हूँ, तो कोई भी गाना इमेजिन कर लो, एनी लव सॉन्ग, है ना। तो वो गुनगुना रहा होता है, और जैसे ही वो रुकता है, सेम सेंटेंस सॉन्ग का सेम फ्रेज कोई उसके कान में आके गुनगुना देता है।
ओह
मतलब वो
शिट।
सुनता है कि कोई उसके पीछे खड़ के और बहुत ही स्लो आवाज में सेम लाइन गुनगुना रहा है। ठीक है, एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम ही टोटली फ्रीक्स आउट, क्योंकि ना शराब पी रखी है, ना रात का टाइम है, कुछ नहीं है, दिन है, उजाला हो रहा है, सूरज निकला हुआ है बाहर।
Correct.
ठीक है, और वो उनको जाके बताता है, और वो लोग अभी भी थोड़ा सा इस चीज को ज्यादा सीरियसली ले रहे हैं। वो कह रहा है कि भाई बाहर में जाओ, मैं जा रहा है यहाँ से, मैं जा रहा हूँ यहाँ से। क्यों? क्योंकि ये सिर्फ मेरे साथ ही क्यों हो रहा है ना। तो वो जाता है अपने रूम में, बैग पैक कर रहा होता है, और जैसे ही बैग पैक करके कुछ सामान उठाने के लिए ऐसा उल्टा मुड़ता है, उसको ऐसा लगता है कि उसका पैर किसी ने पकड़ लिया नीचे से।
Oh God.
ठीक है, वो इस तरफ देखता है, जब वो नीचे देखता है तो जैसे वो कारपेट के बाद कुछ डिजाइन की रस्सियां वगैरह होती है ना, तो वो कुछ अटक गया इसके पैर में, तो उसके सांस में सांस आती है, वो नीचे झुकता है, पैर से वो निकालने की कोशिश कर रहा होता है, इतनी देर में उसके कान में के पास आवाज आती है, मुझे भी जाना है साथ में।
Oh shit.
ठीक है,
Chills हो गए,
इस
chills.
टाइम पे वो बिल्कुल ठंडा पड़ चुका है, उसको समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि वो क्या करे, वो ना पलट के देख रहा है, ना उसके गले से आवाज निकल रही है कि मैं किसी को बुलाऊं। ठीक है, थोड़ी देर में वो उसका दोस्त उसको आवाज लगाते हैं, और वो जैसी आवाज सुनता है वैसे ही पलट के भागने की कोशिश करता है, लेकिन उसके पैर में वो फंसा हुआ था, तो वो गिर जाता है और अपना एंकल तोड़वा लेता है। ठीक है, अब वो रिमोट एरिया है, तो कैसे ना कैसे करके वो लोग डॉक्टर को ढूंढ के लेके आते हैं, उसका पैर वो कराते हैं, है ना, और इस सब में शाम हो जाती है दोबारा। तो शाम को वहां से निकलने का मतलब ही नहीं था, स्पेशली विद इंजरी, है ना। तो वो बोलता है कि मेरे को नहीं पता, तुम लोग इसी कमरे में रुकोगे, ठीक है, मेरे को अकेला नहीं छोड़ रहे। तो वो लोग बोलते हैं कि ठीक है, हम लोग यहीं पे हैं, तो चिंता मत कर। उसको दवाई वगैरह देते हैं, वो अपना सो जाता है। ठीक है, उसको एक सपना आता है, और वो सपने में उन दोनों कजन्स में से एक कजन को डेड देखता है, कि उसका मर्डर हो गया। वो दोबारा उठ जाता है, और वो फिर उन दोनों को उठाता है। लेकिन इस बार स्टोरी ये है कि सबने सपना देखा है।
सेम सपना।
हाँ, लेकिन हर 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 किसी के सपने में दूसरा वाला बंदा मरा है, लाइक 3 लोग हैं। ठीक है,
हम भी
कि
3 ही।
फर्स्ट ने सेकंड को मरते हुए देखा है, सेकंड ने थर्ड को, थर्ड ने फर्स्ट वाले को। इस टाइम पे वो लोग थोड़ा सा इस चीज को सीरियसली लेते हैं कि अच्छा, हम लोग कुछ करते हैं, और रात का टाइम में कहीं जा नहीं सकते। तो उसमें से एक कजन को याद आता है कि जब मैं बचपन में यहाँ रहता था, तो पास में यहाँ पे मंदिर था, तो मैं वहां किसी से बात करके आता हूँ। ठीक है, और अभी कोई आइडिया नहीं है किसी को भी कि क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे। ठीक है,
हमें
लेकिन एक कजन जब भी रेजिस्ट करता है कि यार कुछ नहीं है, ये सब हम लोगों का वहम वहम है। ठीक है, लेकिन वो बंदा जाता है, कह रहे नहीं नहीं, मैं जा रहा हूँ, इसका पैर टूट चुका है, ये बुरी हालत में है, और मैंने भी सपना देखा है, तेरा मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन मैं जा रहा हूँ। तो वो जाता है, वो बाबा को वापस लेके आता है ना। वो बाबा वहां पे पूरे कॉटेज को देखता है, और एक रूम की तरफ को पॉइंट आउट करके बोलता है कि इस रूम में क्या है। तो वो जो थर्ड कजन है, जो हमेशा रेजिस्ट कर रहा था, वो बोलता है कि कुछ नहीं, वहां पे सामान रखा हुआ है बहुत सारा, इसलिए बंद कर रखा है। ठीक है, तो वो बाबा बोलते हैं कि नहीं, इस कमरे में कुछ ना कुछ है, और इसको खोलते हैं हम लोग। और वो कजन रेजिस्ट करे जा रहे हैं कि यार 5 साल से वो कमरा बंद है, पता नहीं अंदर इतना सामान भरा हुआ है, क्यों खोल रहे हो बेकार में। ठीक है, तो बोलता है कि मैं जानता हूँ, मैंने खुद ही सामान अंदर रखा था। इतने में जिसका पैर टूटा था, उसके कान में दोबारा आवाज आती है कि ये झूठ बोल रहा है। लेकिन इस टाइम पे उन दोनों लोगों को ये आवाज सुनाई देती है, जो कजन बाबा को बुला के लेके आया और जिसका पैर टूटा हुआ है, उन दोनों को, एक्सेप्ट द थर्ड वन। ठीक है, तो वो लोग इंसिस्ट करते हैं कि नहीं, हम खोल रहे हैं। बाबा वहां खोलता है, और वहां पे एक स्केलेटन पड़ा हुआ है,
Oh God.
इसको कीड़ों ने बुरी तरीके से खाया हुआ है, मतलब बहुत पुराना पड़ा हुआ है। ठीक है, अच्छा, टू टेल यू समथिंग, ये जो आउटिंग थी, ये जो लोग बाहर आए थे, ये लोग उस थर्ड कजन की वेडिंग को सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए आए थे, क्योंकि ये लोग वेडिंग में नहीं जा पाए थे, जो बंदा रेजिस्ट कर रहा है उसकी वेडिंग के लिए। ठीक
So
है,
you have like about a minute left. पनवेल आ चुका है, but what a story this is. I'm very invested. हम सब
ओके,
लोग काफी invested है. Please
इसका
take
कोई
us to
बुक
the
है?
end. ए वो
ये
खत्म नहीं हुआ अभी तक, रुको
खत्म
रुको.
नहीं हुआ,
अच्छा।
मैं बोलना चाह रहा हूँ अभी।
हाँ बोलिए सर, बोलिए.
बट फर्स्ट स्टोरी है, तो मैं थोड़ी सी लिबर्टी ले सकता हूँ।
नहीं, लिबर्टी तो वो अमेरिका में. प्लीज सर,
नहीं
अच्छा,
नहीं,
ठीक है,
लिबर्टी, अरे चर्चगेट का
प्लीज
साइड
थोड़ा
में
जल्दी
तो
करो सर.
लिबर्टी
ठीक
सिनेमा।
है, ठीक है, ठीक है।
हाँ.
तो उन लोगों को स्केलेटन मिलता है, और अभी भी कोई किसी ज्यादा डिटेल में नहीं जाना चाह रहा है इस किसी चीज में। तो बाबा जी बोलते हैं कि इस स्केलेटन को, मतलब इसके लास्ट रिचुअल्स खत्म करो, ये आत्मा यहाँ पे अटकी हुई है। अभी किसी को कोई आइडिया नहीं कि किसकी आत्मा है। ठीक है, वो जब उसके लास्ट रिचुअल्स के लिए प्रिपरेशंस कर रहे होते हैं, तो उसके बाबा बोलते हैं कि सारी हड्डियां ठीक से चुगना, कोई हड्डियां बचनी नहीं चाहिए कमरे के अंदर, क्योंकि अगर आप उसके लास्ट रिचुअल्स परफॉर्म कर दोगे और कोई हड्डी बच जाएगी, ठीक है, तो वो ना इधर की रहेगी ना उधर की।
रमेश इसके टांग टांग कहाँ है भाई? ओह शिट सॉरी
मतलब बेसिकली सारी
ड्रॉ
हड्डियां
मैच छोड़
कलेक्ट
दी
कर लेना,
रमेश
बेसिकली
मतलब
सारी
दौड़ गए
हड्डियां कलेक्ट कर लेना,
प्लीज
सॉरी
खत्म करने दो। हाँ
सारी
फॉरगेटफुल
हड्डियां
जेफरी
कलेक्ट कर
डामर
लेना। हाँ, तो वो लोग उसके लास्ट राइट्स करते हैं, ठीक है, और फाइनली बाबा बोलते हैं कि लास्ट राइट सक्सेसफुल हुई, ये आत्मा अब किसी और को परेशान नहीं करेगी। और उन लोगों ने इतना सीरियसली इसलिए नहीं लिया क्योंकि कुछ हार्म नहीं हुआ है अभी तक, है
सपने
ना।
ही आ रहे हैं
हाँ, सिर्फ सपने आ रहे हैं और इंट्यूशंस आ रही है।
गॉट इट।
तो जब वो वहां से निकल रहे होते हैं, तो जिसका पैर टूटा था,
हाँ
ठीक है, उसको वो बाहर चेयर पे बैठाते हैं कि तू यहाँ पे बैठ, हम लोग सामान रख के आते हैं, उसके बाद तेरे को लेके जाते हैं, ठीक है। वो यहाँ पे बैठा हुआ था और उसको दोबारा से आवाज आती है चेयर पे बैठे बैठे दिन में, ठीक है,
मैं भी आऊंगा
कि मुझे नहीं लेके जा रहे हो।
टंग
ओ माय गॉड।
और उन किसी को भी समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि हमने लास्ट रिचुअल्स कर दिए, सब कुछ कर दिया, क्या
करेक्ट
मतलब वो क्या रहा है यहाँ पे, ठीक है। बाद में कुछ 1-1.5 साल बाद उस कजन की डेथ हो जाती है,
ओ गॉड
जिसका पैर टूटा था, है ना? और वो लोग फाइंड आउट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि हमने सब कुछ कर दिया, ऐसा क्यों है, ठीक है। तो उनको फाइनली उस जो स्केलेटन था उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाती है कि स्केलेटन किसका है, ठीक है। और वो उसकी फोटो देखते हैं कि ये इस बंदे का स्केलेटन है। एक्चुअली उस बंदे की 6 उंगलियां थी। और जब उन्होंने लास्ट रिचुअल्स करे, तो उन्होंने जैसे काउंट किया होगा कि हाथ है, 5 उंगलियां हैं।
ओ
और ये
ओ
स्टोरी एंड होती है, मतलब जो राइटिंग में एंड होती है, कि वो कॉटेज में, मतलब उस कमरे में एक खराब लैंप के पास वो छठी उंगली ऐसे पड़ी हुई है।
ओ सो
ये
वाह
मैं तो डर गई, काफी डर गई वाली स्टोरी है।
बड़ा विजुअल स्टोरी है ये
हाँ,
मुझे
मतलब
बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत अच्छा लगा।
हाँ
I think it was narrated quite well also. People
yeah
were getting
very well
impatient,
narrated bro to just
including me,
narrate
Talia, but very good.
I really loved it.
एक्चुअली
I loved
आजकल
it, bro.
आजकल मैं
rather
कुछ
Saru.
राइटिंग लेसन सीख रहा हूँ, तो
long
मैं प्रैक्टिस कर
narration
रहा
and
हूँ।
very nice
नहीं,
very nicely narrated
थैंक यू,
Very
थैंक यू।
nice.
this
अगर
could
हम
make a good good
शॉर्ट फिल्म।
art episode. But sir, thank you
yeah
very much for sharing
yeah
that with us.
thanks
Have a
brother
good
that's
one.
super nice man
Thank you.
मैंने सुनूंगा,
थैंक यू सो मच।
Take care, buddy. Bye bye.
बाय बाय।
मैंने सुनूंगा।
Now we have to discuss the premise of having someone whispering to you randomly in your
So
house.
मैं भी आऊंगा
I saw a
Who said that?
very
I
interesting
felt it in
movie.
my crotch.
Oh,
कौन है? कौन है?
very strange.
This is your
Imagine,
underwear talking. But यार
imagine
जब बंदा दो 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 है देहरादून में अकेले बैठा है 2 बार जब वो चेयर पे बैठा था कोई पीछे से आवाज दे रहा है I'd stop sitting on the chair no I'd like probably like lie
exactly.
down
I would have
हर 2
started
मिनट
walking towards wherever in another direction.
every horror story is one guy who repeats the same mistake over and over and over
But bro, what would you do if you started hearing someone whispering to you in your house and there is nobody around?
So
that's Monday morning for me
I must tell you what happened with me on Instagram. I think after the last stream when I was not there, somebody sent me that can I share a story with you? So I've tried to search for that person again. I'm not finding that person at all. So this was a
Acha,
story.
it's a message to them.
Yeah. So this story was so scary. When I read it, I just felt there's something wrong. So I
shit
replied back to the message. I'm not even kidding you. I put Panchmukhi Hanuman ji ka photo and I kept it over there because that I got slightly
my
spooked
god
with the whole narration. Yeah. So,
So freaky, what?
it
and
was
you
so
can't
freaky,
find the
man.
story now you can't find it
I
right
can't
now
find the story. I thought I'd
that's
read it
even
out.
more freaky do you
That's even
remember
more
any
freaky.
keywords in
So
the
I
story
I remember the story very well. It was about this house which is there in Bandra apparently, and somebody goes to stay there. Somebody buys this house and they're cleaning up. When they enter the house, you see a lot of somewhere in Bandra East, so that you guys can breathe
I
better.
want to write this down huh
And
काफी नजदीक है Bandra East to me.
है नहीं तो और सब वहाँ पे बहुत सारे signs होते हैं, religious signs. You know, this father and son duo, they sort of take those signs and they keep it out. Okay.
ठीक है.
And they sleeping the night. The kid, the son feels somebody tickling his feet, and he opens his eye and he sees a small child over there. So he thinks it's sleep paralysis or something like that. After, but he realizes father is also awake and can see the being over there. And suddenly that thing changes into a black mass or something like that, very scarily. And they get freaked out and they just jump out of the window and they run out of that house. And then they go to the church. They talk to his priest. The priest says that, oh yeah, I had actually blessed this house. The signs were supposed to protect people from anything else, but now that thing has gone free. And apparently one day when that father was driving the car, he saw that black mask come behind him and all that stuff. तो ये सब पढ़ा, मेरे से आगे पढ़ने नहीं हुआ. Whoever sent
My
it to me,
God, what a
I
इसीलिए
like
मैंने
how
आपको.
Suresh quickly told the story also jaldi you know, get it
yeah.
out himself.
और मैं जल्दी से पंचमुखी हनुमान जी का फोटो भी आपको भेजा है, because that should help you and especially it helped me that night. Thank you so much. Please ऐसे मत भेजिए, अब इससे स्टोरी मैं पढ़ूंगा ही इंस्टाग्राम
But
में.
Suresh, we've discussed this, and I don't know what Cyrus can tell us what he thinks about. Like we said,
What?
you know, I don't believe at all in any of these things. But let's say something like this actually happened, where you're sitting in your house, somebody comes and whispers to you in your ear, and I think Suresh's advice is the best on this. Is where if somebody comes to you and at least listen to them about it, and at least like try to help them in some way. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, no one wants to discuss it and say, "Ki, "Arey, I heard some whispering and all this that."
No,
I
but
know,
you're saying you're sleeping at night and you just hear like, मैं यहाँ
Cyrus.
से कभी नहीं जाऊंगा होज़े,
I'll be
मैं
like
तो-
Cyrus.
तुम्हारे साथ रहूंगा. And you're like, let's chat. इसके बारे में बात करते हैं.
No, I'm saying, what do you do then? What do you do then? Who do you tell?
भाई जो करना है वही करेगा, हम क्या करेंगे? मतलब what
मुझे
are you
नहीं
going to
लेके
do?
जाओगे.
हाँ चलो सर, अभी क्या करेंगे?
So
I'll be like Cyrus, आप इधर.
मेरे
But,
साथ हुआ है रात को
my
मैं-
wife is constantly hearing sounds, man. Our whole thing is every day she says, "Is there something? Is sound coming? Is there something else coming? Is there some?" I'm like, "Stop it! Stop it! You're giving me like I'm getting freaked out."
Cyrus is making all the sounds, and then he's like, "Can you just stop? I don't talk about these sounds. I don't even mean."
But I'm not kidding you. It's very, as I told you. So when we were growing up, I used to sleep. हम लोग जमीन में सोते थे, तीन भाई लोग, गधे पे, of course, you know that mattress पे. On that time, whenever I slept, I could hear कि नीचे वाला neighbor का घर पे कुछ बांडी गिर रहा है. And this is like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the night.
Dude,
And then next day, I'm asking him also, Jayu, was anybody awake in the house? And he said no. And I, what the hell is these sounds coming from, man? You know. See, now I
Then-
heard somebody ringing the bell,
Then
and I have to open the door
he's
again.
discussing with his wife, saying, "वो ऊपर का लड़का ना हमारा सब कुछ सुन रहा है, तो जब तुम भांडी फेंक रहे हो ना, एकदम आराम से फेंकना नीचे."
but listen, my mom, she lives in Juhu, and for over 2 years, she says that about between the hours of about 1:30 and 3, someone on top just keeps moving stuff, furniture. I talked
Yeah.
about it
Oh,
earlier
my
also.
neighbors. I mean, I hope they don't watch this, but I have nothing against you guys. But the same
But
thing here.
they may not be doing it. That's what
But
I'm
then
saying.
no,
You
so
know-
I went up and so I was at her place, and I said, "यार पूछने में क्या जा रहा है? क्या are you guys moving some furniture?" I had a great explanation, which was that maybe there are more people in the family, so at night they bring out a bed or a gadda and they move furniture to sleep.
Fair enough.
went
Fair
up.
enough.
I went up and there was just a quiet old couple, and they said, "हमसे तो कुछ move ही नहीं होगा इस उम्र में, हम तो नहीं कर रहे हैं." And they were little defensive. They were like, "हमने तो नहीं किया, हम क्यों करेंगे?"
And then
that
after
was-
Cyrus left, now they looked at each other and went,
tung.
"They're
No,
only moving it."
on a ghost
No.
stream, na, nobody on a ghost stream after
No.
seeing a ghost does
Seriously. Cyrus, but
bad comedies.
no, Cyrus, I think they were on the defensive only because maybe
Ah.
they know there's something happening.
Yeah.
You know, that's what immediately.
Maybe they thought you were accusing them of something or something.
No.
But it happens over here also. Matlab, people are always moving stuff, only post one or two.
But
Cyrus,
why?
the other explanation for this is that maybe the house is on rent, you know, sometimes like an Airbnb kind of scene where people are coming and going, so they move the furniture around. वो भी
Yeah.
हो सकता है. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But it is weird that it happens in the middle of the night.
There is no doubt.
You know, it's a bit
Yeah.
freaky.
Yeah,
It
that's
is-
very
But
freaky.
Sahu.
अरे अक्षय आ गया.
मेरे घर के ऊपर तार में वो अक्षय कुमार. Sorry, I got into the rap. I am here usually to read the super chats and the lovely messages. So let's quickly get to it. नहीं, मैंने आपका मैसेज मिस नहीं किया सर. जिसने भी बोले निसर्ग सनी दबा मगा मगा सा. Nisar is saying so happy to see Cyrus today on the 69th podcast. McHamster किधर घुस गया. आएगा वो थोड़ा तालिया साइरस के लिए. सब लोग बैंगन का इमोजी डालो चैट में. Shivastuti says, happy to see Cyrus after so long. Let's have the Habubu stream ever. Hut. कितना प्यार
अरे।
साइरस के लिए. और एक सवाल है साइरस के लिए. रोशन तेजनानी ने कहा, hey Cyrus, a question for you. Did you host any ghost story show on TV where you told about a story of doctor who used to meditate and receives an emergency message on pager but found out there was no emergency?
No.
Oh wow, that
No.
must have been Brocha for sure.
That's a
Yeah,
good
And
answer.
that's like I would not like to associate with that story. All my ghost story associations are only on this stream and nowhere else. ऐसे तो नहीं है कि कोई डरावनी कहानी
Thank
लगाए
you,
और-
sir, for that exclusivity, verbal exclusivity contract.
Can
Bridge
you say
not
it
signing
fast?
anything.
Can you say it fast? Exclusivity.
Exclusivity. Bridge
Too
Raj
fast.
Singh Rana says, bro, please tell Cyrus to tell a story. He is good in it. Britain से message किया है. Jasjeet Gill says, Cyrus has been gone for so long कि आज देख के आवाज लेके ये नया पैनलिस्ट कौन आ गया?
Arey, brother, I missed it. I really missed this, man. I'm gonna try to be as consistent as Menon.
अभिषेक
यानी कैसे
बैनर्जी
करता
ने थैंक यू आपका मैसेज के लिए, और ब्रिज राज सिंह राणा ने होजे मेरा चैट मिस किया, रोने का इमोजी। सर मैंने मिस नहीं किया, आपने
किया।
आपका पेशेंस थोड़ा कम था। रोशन says PS love you Hoezaay, Cyrus, Cyril and Suresh G. Nikhil DeCosta says thanks a lot for the stream Hoezaay, lifesaver during lockdown and even now. I know Cyrus को लग रहा है कि हम लोग लॉकडाउन में हैं, बट हम लोग हैं नहीं. This is now the next year. Leave my body. Oh hi Cyrus.
Oh, wow.
Good to have
That
you.
was smooth shit,
Thank you.
bro.
I did that just for you.
Underneath this lost
Okay, look.
exterior lies a centered man.
Cyrus, I want you to look deep into my eyes. Come closer.
Oh,
Man.
how
Come closer.
anyway, I'm not there to watch all these things right
Oh,
now.
fuck.
Carry on, please.
Fucking hell.
Quite nice.
Oh, sorry. एक और मैसेज आया कार्तिक पांडे. Can you give shout out to my girlfriend Mahima? We watch stream together. Now she's too busy with her life and I miss her. Hope your word will reach to her. Mahima, आप महिम पहुंच गए, क्या हो गया? प्लीज कार्तिक को एटलीस्ट एक दो मैसेज भेजो कि प्लीज मैं बिजी हूँ या जो भी हो.
हाँ,
Okay,
वो बहुत
thank
इम्पोर्टेंट है यार. वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Hopefully there's
पर
still
होजे
friends.
मुझे भी मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं कि क्या होजे जी आप अपना लव स्ट्रीम भी फिर से शुरू करने वाले हैं? प्यार मोहब्बत वालों का क्या हुआ?
Cyrus, I'm
Oh,
so
hello.
glad you asked me.
You were,
Can I just say you're looking like a snack?
oh, ma'am, thank you so much. You are looking like a snack.
Oh, don't
and
call me ma'am. You can call me man.
Brother, you know who you look like, na? You.
What do you
look
mean?
Like, अरे यार,
Your favorite actress, but in an ice cube?
ma'am, I loved you in Delhi Crime. You were freaking amazing.
Delhi crime?
You look like
Oh.
Shefali, bro. You look
Shefali
like
Chaya.
Shefali Chaya, bro.
Please don't be like this to those
One day
wonderful
I'm gonna
actors.
get her on this. Let me take a picture and send it to her, and I
Okay.
will tell you how this works out. Wait, smile. Don't make that face, bro. I'm sending it to a esteemed, legendary actress.
Is
Yeah,
this better?
man.
Can have
I'm a
some-
huge fan.
I'm a huge
Oh,
fan.
God.
She's an amazing person.
She's gonna send
But
me
है ना,
lots of
कुछ तो है
messages.
ना?
Yeah, yeah.
है मैंने?
होगा.
This is Pariniti Chokra. Yeah, oh man.
है ना?
Absolutely right. Yeah, yeah.
But you look like a very sweet lady, like a
Thank
kind
you.
lady. But then
Yeah.
Why
nobody
is your
knows
milk
why.
on my door? I can be a
why-
mean lady also. Why is तुम्हारा इधर का सब कचरा मेरा कचरा क्या कर रहे हैं?
Wow.
But you know the kind,
Thank
you know,
you.
Suresh, where 10 years later you realize that she had poisoned her husband slowly. दूध पिला पिला के. Yes,
यहाँ पे
that you're
थोड़ा
like, she was so sweet. But she was so sweet.
that's why she is doing it sweetly. रोज extra शक्कर मिला के पिलाती थी.
Darling, थोड़ा और
Leave
पियो
my
ना.
body. Hey, hi guys, welcome back anyway. Let's go over to our
What's
next
going on?
story.
Yeah,
And
man.
then I'm going to tell you about a horror film I watched. It was on Hotstar.
Oh, did you see?
Have you all
Guys,
seen this?
Saif
one
Ali
are
Khan
you-
वाला? Good.
It's called Barbarian.
Oh no.
Is that a horror film?
There's one scene in that movie which was supposed to be like really horrific, but I laughed so much through it. I'll explain the scene in a little bit. First, let's take the next caller for the day. One dance move if you're reading this.
Wait,
Is that even a dance move? I don't know.
that's a way.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, you gotta press the button. Press the button.
Purushottam Saab is connecting to audio.
Oh, sir's very good at telling
Ashwat
stories. huh?
Purushottam.
I've not
Ashwat
forgotten the
Purushottam.
timer, guys. I reinstall OBS, so I didn't bother with that. आप अपना मन में गिन लो, मैं भी गिनेगा इधर. अश्वत, आपका स्वागत.
Hi.
Welcome,
Hello,
Ashwat.
how are you?
Can you hear me now?
We
Yeah.
can hear you.
Nice
Brilliant.
house.
Thank you. I have set up a camera just to, for this particular stream. This is my camera, and this is where you are. So I might be looking up and down sometimes.
No worries. Everyone
Oh,
looks
no
at
worries.
us like that. Uh,
Suspiciously, you mean?
take it away, sir. The stage is all yours.
Yeah. Just before I do, I'd like to tell you that last time when I joined, people liked my story and narration, but
It was
there
a
were
very
some,
good story.
there were some obviously in the Harami chat they are like that, and I really love them. So they were saying, English mein bol, English mein bol, English mein bol. Continuously they were saying that. So this time I'm thinking, I'll just go ahead with English this time, because I don't want to offend anyone. It was not like
See,
that.
don't worry,
people-
somebody's
Don't
going to
worry.
get offended on
Yeah,
some
we
level
can't
anyway, na?
cater to everyone.
And Joe, whatever you're comfortable in, do that. कुछ लोग को घर पे they'll be sitting at home and screaming at the wall. That's their problem. We can't help it. But आप try करो. Don't worry. Don't stress.
Sure, thank you so much, and a big fan of you all again. And
Unfortunately.
I'm really glad that Cyrus, you also joined in, because
Oh,
I'm
brother,
sure
thank you
you
so
all-
much, man. Long time. I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah. All right, so this is a real
sorry,
story.
yeah.
Okay? Sorry,
I thought,
yeah.
Nothing. Continue. I thought the windows were a different configuration. I thought I was doing this to Cyrus. I was doing it to Ashwath. All right, Ashwath,
But
take it away.
I could
We're
feel
listening.
it.
Oh, give us. Huh? Oh,
Yeah, so this is a real story actually. So
write it down. I started forgetting stories, so if I'm looking down, I'm just writing down some stuff.
all right.
Mhm.
So my grandfather, his name was Ashwath Narayan Rao. Okay, I'm Ashwath, and I was born exactly 10 years later, on the day he died. So that's an eerie coincidence. The fact of the matter is that he was in the Royal Indian Navy, and he went to participate in the Second World War. And at that time, obviously, because he was in the Navy side, he could almost never enter the land. And, he was always on as a navigator or something they called at that time. And in 1945, when the war actually ended, before coming back to India, he decided to go and, visit some of his colleagues and fellow soldiers and all. So he, so there was one cab guy, couple of cab guys who were managing that particular territory, right? So there was one particular cab guy who gave him a lift towards, so he asked him, where do you want to go? So my grandfather said, take me to the graveyard. And that graveyard was where his fellow soldiers were, buried. So when he went there, he found that because there were so many dead bodies coming in, there were situations where, in order to give a proper funeral, they actually buried someone, say in 1939 when the war started, and few years had passed on and the bodies had piled up a lot. The graveyard was almost full. So what they were doing is, in order to bury the new bodies, they were sometimes taking out the existing older graves, digging them out and burying the new ones, right? So at this time, what happened? Some of the graves, when they dug up, the coffin had, from the inside, scratch marks. That is because they were not dead, and they were assumed that they were dead. Sometimes that happened.
God, that's
All right. So cut to 2021, when I came to London. I got into the cab, and it was January, so it was getting dark, quite dark by say 4 p.m. So I did not know that, but that 4 p.m. is like so dark already. So when I got in the cab, I told the cab driver, you know what? It's very, I was thinking, because my watch was still set to India time, so I thought that, it's already dark. But when I actually realized it's just 4 p.m., I asked him, is it not dark early? He said, no, it's always like this. And I said, oh, okay, because I got scared that how come at 4 p.m., it's scary, that dark. So he said, so do you get scared easily? I said, not really, but it depends what the context is. So I said, okay, we have a 40 minutes drive. So how about I tell you a story? I said, all right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he told me that, again, a small context which I did not tell you is that in 1945, when my grandfather actually went to that graveyard, the first day when he went, he saw all of that. The driver knew him. And the next day, he did not go. But the third day, again, after 1 day break, he again went with his fellow soldiers to visit a couple of people again, right? At that time, the same driver, he told that yesterday I met a writer and I told him that some of the soldiers were visiting graveyards. And that's where that writer told me that that's a very good concept, that take me to the graveyard kind of concept. I will write a story about it. And in 2020, I was actually listening to some old time radio and stuff like that. I actually heard the story that there is a writer, I'm forgetting his name. He's a US based writer who was visiting London at that time. And probably that's where maybe he has picked up that concept. There is a story called Take Me to the Graveyard. Okay. So this driver now in 2021, he started telling me this story that one of the drivers was actually driving, and that's when a guy halted. And he said that, okay, as soon as he got in, the driver asked, where do you want to go? He said, take me to the graveyard. And the driver was like, okay, which graveyard? He said, any graveyard, like any graveyard. But okay, but there is a graveyard nearby. Do you want to go there? He said, yeah, fine. While going in the car, the driver was quite spooked. So he asked him, why do you want to go to the graveyard? He said,
Yeah,
because I'm going to die today. What? Yeah, so because I'm going to die today. He said, how do you know that? Are you going to commit suicide? No, I'm not going to commit suicide. I am going to die today. But that doesn't make any sense. How do you know you're going to die? No, I don't really know. I think I'm going to die. It feels like I'm going to die. And the driver was quite spooked. He said, I don't believe you. Do not commit suicide in my cab. Please get down. He said, no, I'm not going to get down. I'm not going to commit suicide in your cab. Don't worry. It was like, no, I don't trust you. Please get down. Please get down. He started. And after a while, he actually parked the car on the side. And he said, you have to get down. When he did not, he actually kind of started pushing him out. And he just pushed him out. And the guy who got out, he said, what do you think? I'm not going to die if you don't take me to the graveyard. I still will die. It's like, okay, that's not my business anymore. And as he said that, another car came and crushed him on the road, just beside him.
God,
right?
Are you
So
serious?
it's almost like Final Destination, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a story again. I don't know if this part is true anyway, but this is what the driver is telling me. Okay.
Right.
So I was
shit,
like,
dude.
Yeah. So few days later, the same driver who was driving, who was asked to take to the graveyard, that driver again saw another lady on the side. And as he as he basically parked for her, as soon as she got inside, he asked, where do you want to go? She said, take me to the graveyard. And this guy was like, you know what? Few days ago, there was one guy who asked me to take him to the graveyard, and I'm really scared. Let me ask you again before we start. Why do you want to go there? She said, because I'm going to die today. This guy was again, this is scary. So he said, I cannot take you. Please do not commit suicide in my car. I want you to get down again before even we start. She said, no, I will not get down. You have actually basically got me boarded in. So I will not go. You just take me to the graveyard, any graveyard. It's fine. None of your business. I'll not even tell anybody that you took me there. He was like, okay. He kept on saying that, please get down, please get down. Obviously, she did not. And she asked him, you told that someone already asked you like this, right? So what did you do about it? He said, I basically pushed him out of the car. But I'm a lady. You can't do this to me. Yeah, I can't do. So what should I do? Just take me to the graveyard. Don't worry about it. And as they actually started, they were going, and something went wrong with the car. And he crashed into something like a pit or something. He just actually fell into it. And that lady, I'm kidding you not, this is what he told me. That lady actually jumped almost out of the windshield and broke her skull or something, and she died. And that happened just outside the car. Like she just broke out.
You get out of this car fast. I'd be like, Baba, kahani baad mein sunenge, gaadi ho."
Trust me, this is going to get even more interesting. So what happened was, that particular driver, when he was telling me, I was like, first of all, I had almost heard this kind of story, right? So I was like, I know where it's going to end, but let me just hear out. And I was not speaking because I was also kind of spooked, because I could never imagine my first day, a driver telling me this kind of a story, right? Yeah. So when I was actually getting there, I started following my maps because I knew where I wanted to go, but I was not following my maps because I thought the driver would know already. So I saw that he has already taken a deviation, and he's going. I thought maybe he knows a shortcut or something. So I did not bother. I was just listening to the story. Now, in the story again, there is this driver is basically has been asked by some car inspector or someone. Basically has been called in, and he's asked that you have been responsible, or rather involved in 3 or 4 deaths like this, and we want to revoke your driving license. He said, please, this will basically be a problem for me. Do not do this. You can inspect the car. I have not done anything. I am not involved in the deaths. So the car inspector, he came to the car, he started taking a round about the car, and he asked, have you put some kind of gas inside that the person inside the car, the person actually starts hallucinating or something, or maybe, are you trying to, drive them mad or something? And maybe that's why they're doing this. He said, absolutely nothing. Please check. There's nothing. So the car inspector got in the car, and he said, take him to the graveyard. Okay. Now, this guy is like, this is crazy. He said, no, I want to see what happens. Just take him to the graveyard. I want to see how are those people dying. I want to see. Just take him to the graveyard. He kept on repeating. So of course, he was the car inspector. He couldn't do much, the driver. So the driver started driving, and he actually went to the graveyard, right? And when he went inside, he was at the entry point. The driver said, I will not drive inside anymore. I'm really spooked. Please, you do whatever you want to. But
Right.
The car inspector said, I can't walk inside. These graveyards are so big, you know that. Just start driving inside. When the driver actually went in and he saw that there were a lot of graves. So the car inspector got down and he walked, and that car inspector turned back, and he started smiling. And this driver was like, why is he smiling? Why is he smiling? What's wrong? And at that time, the car inspector said, you know what? This graveyard is where dead people belong. And he said, yeah, but I am not dead. And that's when he started laughing hysterically. And while this is happening, basically the driver is also dead in the story is what it means, right? So this whole shitty story is being told to me, narrated to me by that particular driver, who by now has pulled in really, really close to Kingston Graveyard. I actually was living there before, so in London. So he has actually pulled in very close to that. And I have noticed that on the map. I am shit scared now. And I actually asked him, where are you taking me? We have to head down on the west side. Why are you taking me here? Are you doing something nasty? And he's like, don't worry. And he starts driving inside. I'm actually scared now. And I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know. So, what's the number for the cops, So I start Googling, because 911 works in the US. I don't even know what is the number here. So as I'm Googling, that guy actually pulls into the a graveyard, and there is an open grave there. Like in the evening, nighttime, I was not able to see very clearly, but I think it was an open grave. And that's where, somebody would have been buried next day. So this driver got down, and he started asking me to get down as well. I have got so much luggage. I'm scared. I'm in a graveyard, for God's sake. And this guy is telling, get down, get down, get down. I'm like, I don't want to get down. This driver starts walking and goes and sleeps inside that grave.
What are you
lies
saying,
down.
bro? Are you serious?
Yeah, so he just lies down in the grave. I'm like, this.
So you're in the back seat. This guy gets out and goes and plonks him there. I'd freaking die.
So I was like, please come out. You have to, first of all, I have so much luggage, and I'm actually worried about my luggage because I had some important stuff as well. And I had very important date next day. And I did not want to see someone dying in front of me. And I was also very scared because I don't know how the cops work. What if they believe that I did something? First day in London, I don't want anything to happen, right? So this guy, as he's lying down inside the grave, I start telling him, please come out, please come out. He's not listening to me anymore. I start dialing. I found the 999 is what we have to dial. As soon as I dial, what's your emergency? I need the cops, please. And I told them the exact address. Within 5 to 8 minutes or something, some cops started coming in, and they actually pulled him out. And turns out, they drove me to my house, basically destination. The cops. I put out all my luggage in their police car, and they took me to the destination where I wanted to go. And few days later, I got a call from the cops again, telling me that particular cab driver has been institutionalized. And the fact of the matter is that, when this COVID was happening, because 2021 starting, COVID was still at its at its peak, right? So
right.
Because NHS was not able to cope up with millions of deaths and all, so there were not enough ambulances. So these kinds of London taxis, those Sherlock kind of
they had to deal with a lot of
the black cabs.
They were actually, the black taxis, they were actually made to carry dead bodies to graveyards. And this driver himself had carried quite a few dead bodies, and he was somewhere getting, kind of deranged because of that, very mentally unstable and all which was happening, and he wanted to die himself or something like that was happening.
Wow.
And I was very spooked.
God,
So, yeah.
man, that's a crazy story, dude.
Right.
काफी लंबा था.
Thank
It
you,
was-
Suresh.
But
But
इसमें
the
2-3
story
कहानियां
was
थी
a
ना.
good.
एक तो पहली कहानी थी of the scratch marks on the coffin. Tang.
Yeah. So this is a story about a ghost story.
Yeah.
Ashwath, thank you so much.
Thank you, bro. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Thank
Great
you,
having you
Thank
on
you.
the stream.
I would like to just,
We all
before
got
next
invested.
thing, I would like to tell you one small thing. Of course, just like Cyrus did his promotion, I would like to tell, as I'm a filmmaker, I have made Pyar Mein Panauti, and you can watch it on MX Player, Airtel Extreme, anywhere.
Hey.
I mean,
अरे ये MX
कड़ा।
player के बॉस तो यहाँ बैठे हैं.
अच्छा
MX player, yeah.
तुम लोग सुरेश तुम लोग का
ये
सर्टेन
पूरा rig है, Suresh, dude.
Please subscribe.
I didn't talk
Next
about
player.
my knitting competition win. Nicely done, bro.
Thank you,
So the
Ashwath.
show is
We'll
Pyar
definitely
Mein
check
Panauti,
it out.
guys. Please watch it if you can. And
Pyar
yeah,
Mein Panauti.
lots of love. Thank you so
Got
much.
it.
It was really fun talking
Cheers,
to you.
Pyar
man.
Mein
Cheers.
Panauti on MX Player. Thank you.
Suresh, the best part is when he's telling the scariest part of the story. Na, Suresh,
Fucking hell, bro.
I'm enjoying.
You
I
know,
wish I had some
Suresh looks
popcorn.
like those Nat
wow.
Nat Geo documentaries where they put a hidden camera in that creature's nest, na, and it comes really close, and Suresh is like,
So I think that was like a 20-minute story or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
bro.
I
With a lot of stories.
Two stories have almost taken an hour.
fuck,
Crazy,
meltdown.
crazy.
This is it. Meltdown. It's 10:30.
but
Amazing.
that's fine. I mean, I was invested in both the stories. Very,
But
very
they were
good,
nice.
guys.
They were.
No, but somebody rightly pointed out. So I didn't get the connection to the Second World War.
Yeah. So there was no connection. Actually, he started off with that, lost interest and started this story.
Yeah.
Because that was about his granddad. He was born 10
Oh,
days
you were
after.
listening.
Dude, I started writing shit down because you know what happens? People ask me, what did you hear on ghost stories? And by the end of 3 years, you've got a jumble of lots of stories, right? So I'm like, I need to write shit down because I'm dumb. And
ये सूर्य
But,
popcorn खत्म कर दिया.
Moving on to our next story. We will be ending this story by 11:30 today.
if someone lay down in a grave, I'd shit myself, bro. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's
Badsha.
Raftar.
Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Badsha, bro.
बादशाह. अपना टाइम आएगा. अपना टाइम आएगा.
All right.
Hey, sorry for this, but yeah.
It's
You'll
all
have to
right.
get
You're in disguise, so
Yeah, I don't want to reveal myself
Not at
to
all.
around.
no one will
But-
recognize you like this. I mean,
But I'm
we can
I
see
saw
it
this
on
face
your
at Party
bro.
Hunters.
I'm a bit skeptical about revealing myself because I want
No
to
worries.
narrate
Are you from our Discord server? Are you from the Haveli?
yeah,
Welcome.
I'm new there. Like I've been there. I was there last year. Then something happened. I was
Wonderful. For people who are trying to figure out what we're talking about, I've updated the Discord server links so you can click them in the banner and in the description of this video and join us in the Haveli. After this session, Ghost Stories will go on till 4:30 in the morning. ये लोग पनवेल जाके उधर खाना खा के वापस आते हैं. तो sir, take it away. The
Okay.
stream is yours.
So, thank you. Okay, so this is something that happened long back, like when I was 10, 12 years old, sometime around 2000, 2002, back
Okay.
in this place called Banaras or Varanasi, UP. Okay, so I used to live there as a kid when I was growing up. And this one time, what happened was that, okay, so I'll narrate it as it happened to me in first
Okay.
person, like my experience. And then there's a second half. I'll go there if you guys want me to go there. Otherwise,
We'll
we'll
do
stop after the first
No
half.
problem. And how many marks would you give this story of yours?
Okay, so honestly, maybe 8,
Okay. Hello.
including
Take it.
both the parts. But yeah, let's see.
Take it
But
away, sir.
I'm not. Let's take it. Okay. So I used to like it was. This was around January. वहाँ पे ठंड होती है. It is winters there, so we have winter vacations back in school. So I was playing around during most of those days, all day out with my friends. We used to play cricket wherever we could find खाली space. So ठीक है, हम लोग खेल रहे थे, सब कुछ normal था. एक दिन अचानक से मेरी तबीयत खराब हो गई. I don't know what happened, but the morning when I woke up, I used to sleep in my grandmother's room. वहाँ पे मैं था, मेरे एक चाचा थे छोटे, वो सोते थे. we used to live in a joint family, so we had a lot of people at home, like 10, 12 people used to live in the same house. And I woke up in the morning. It was any like usual morning for me. But when I woke up, all those 10, 12 people were there in that one small room, uh, and they were shit scared. I had no clue why or what happened to them. या क्या बात है कुछ नहीं पता मुझे. I was trying to like wake up and figure out कि क्या हो रहा है, किसको problem है, क्या हुआ है basically. And as soon as I woke up, they all started asking me a bunch of questions. And they were asking me कि नींद कैसी आई, क्या सपना देखा, कैसे हुआ. I was obviously freaked out कि ये ऐसे होता नहीं है कभी normally. ऐसे कोई sessions नहीं होते बैठ के कि कैसी नींद आई या कुछ भी ऐसा. Everyone is busy. Every morning with
And
their
at that point, you weren't dressed like this.
Hope not.
Hope not.
क्योंकि फिर तो मैं भी पूछ लेता. Sister सब ठीक तो है?
That would have explained अगर ये होता तो easy होता. So
हाँ, okay, sorry.
I started narrating जो भी मैंने सपना देखा होगा तब कि मैं क्रिकेट खेल रहा था और ये वो जो भी. But and like I didn't find out what happened. They didn't tell me. They just मतलब मेरे साथ जो भी उनको आता था घर पे पूजा वूजा किया. I thought पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है. And the days just went by. Nothing happened. And I went to sleep again. When I went to sleep, they were all a bit worried again. I don't know why. At this point, I don't know why, but they were worried. They were there. लोग अपना अपना पूजा पाठ कर रहे थे. कोई हनुमान चालीसा पढ़ रहा है, कोई कुछ कर रहा है. And I was put to sleep. I woke up again, and there was the same like last morning. Everyone is there. सबकी फटी पड़ी है. मतलब सब बैठे हैं वहीं पे. बच्चों को अलग हटा दिया गया वहाँ से. सारे बड़े लोग हैं उसमें. And I don't know what is going on. So I begged them to tell me. I tried to bribe the kids, my cousins and other kids at home कि बताओ यार क्या हुआ. किसी को कुछ पता नहीं, कोई कुछ बता नहीं रहा. सबकी फटी. अब ये चल रहा है थोड़े टाइम. One day I finally find out कि हो क्या रहा है. So that day what happened is, for some reason I have fallen sick in the meantime. This is a week after when it started. Almost a week after that day, that first evening. मेरी तबीयत खराब हो गई थी. I had high fever, so I had very little energy. तो मैं पड़ा हुआ था बेड में दिन भर से और ऐसे ही सब लोग मतलब दवा और ये सब ख्याल कर रहे थे जो भी whatever remedies they were trying. At night they really were trying to put me to sleep कि सो जाओ कैसे भी करके. But I was unable to sleep. मुझे नींद नहीं आ रही थी for some reason. तबीयत नहीं ठीक थी इसलिए शायद. तो उस दिन मुझे पता चला कि क्या हो रहा है, क्यों सबकी फटी पड़ी ऐसे कि at a point suddenly not in the middle of the night, somewhere around 10:30, we'll can find more specific details later. I got up from the bed and there was this alley in our home जिसके दोनों साइड पे रूम्स थे. उसके एक साइड पे घर का एंट्रेंस था, पीछे एक और डोर था जो कि बैक साइड का था बट वो सील था. उसके आगे पीछे सामान रखा हुआ है. It is never used. I get up from the bed and I start frantically running end to end in this channel with like 10, 12 people trying to catch me and hold me down. And I'm screaming at the top of my voice कि please मुझे बचा लो, ये लोग मुझे मार देंगे, please मुझे बचा लो. And I'm shouting in a heavy male voice, एकदम bass ऐसे. मैं 10 साल का बच्चा हूँ अभी. मुझे खुद समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि ये क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं. Why am I screaming? Why am I running? Sorry?
No, आप नहीं लगते 10 साल के बच्चे.
नहीं, हाँ ये 20 साल पहले का बात.
अच्छा हाँ, yes.
तो हाँ, तो मुझे नहीं पता कि क्या हो रहा है. बट I remember that feeling that I am going banging into one door, running back, banging into the other door, and everyone is just crying, wailing, trying to grab me, hold me down, और सबकी फटी पड़ी है basically. So after a point I get tired because of the illness probably, and they managed to grab me and put me to bed. और मैं सोता हूँ कैसे भी करके. अगले दिन मेरी भी उतनी फटी पड़ी है जितनी अभी तक इन लोगों की फटी पड़ी थी. कि क्या हो रहा है, मुझे नहीं पता क्या हुआ. They were like trying to ask me कि तुमको क्या हुआ, do you remember anything, क्या हो रहा था. I told them yes, this time I remember कि क्या हो रहा था. I remember running around but I had no control. Like I was not doing it. I heard myself screaming but I was not doing it. And मतलब ये चला अभी कुछ दिन और ऐसे ही. और इसी के थोड़े दिन बाद मेरे घर पे एक शादी होने वाली थी. मेरी एक बुआ थी छोटी, उनकी शादी थी I think in another couple of weeks. So this was the first half. In the second half, I and my family, we sort of find out or मतलब were able to put this thing to an end. But that is up to you. If you guys want me to go on, I'll carry on.
Voice is going up and down.
Can you tell us how you fixed it? मतलब
हाँ,
what was
so-
happening? We'll ask you and you answer, okay? So
नहीं,
what was
so
happening
that's
exactly?
the second half of the story. There's a little bit more to it. Can I go on? मैं बताऊं क्या हुआ हम लोगों कैसे
मेरे
पता
को
चला?
डर लगता है हाँ बोलने से, बट आप बोलो हाँ. यस, कंटिन्यू सर. ज्यादा इफ यू कैन, मतलब प्रेसी राइटिंग जो बोलते हैं, अगर आप जल्दी बता सके.
हाँ, सॉरी, ओके, आई ट्राई टू मेक दिस क्विक. तो शादी थी घर में थोड़े दिन बाद. हम लोग के घर के सामने एक, आई एम ट्राइंग टू टॉक फास्ट इसीलिए, घर के सामने एक पार्क था, उसमें ऑर्गेनाइज होना था. तो यहाँ पे देयर वाज दिस फिगर, देयर वाज दिस पर्सन, अ रिलीजियस पर्सन हु वाज इन्वॉल्वड हियर.
ओके.
अब मुझे नाम उनका पता नहीं है, सो आई कांट इवन नेम हिम. वी यूज्ड टू कॉल हिम मथुरा वाले पंडित जी. He was associated with our family from quite a few generations. So he happened to show up at the wedding. My parents, like, they forgot to invite him. They meant to, but they forgot to write him a letter. They used to write a letter or telegram back then to send to his place. But he appeared there. And शादी हो रही थी शाम को, उधर थे सब लोग. मैं घर पे था और वापस से मेरी तबीयत खराब होना चालू हुई. I went to lie down in bed and my cousins were there with me, like younger, मेरे एज के बच्चे थे और वो लोग थे. तो जब ये स्टार्ट हुआ वापस से एपिसोड, तो they were there, then they started freaking out and someone called for my parents and this pandit ji was there. He also came home to see me. That's when he told us a lot about what had happened that we could never believe कि इनको पता कैसे पहले तो और ये हुआ कैसे दूसरा. So he told me कि he sort of like put his arm on my forehead and I came back to life. Like I had a mini acid trip that day for some reason, as I recall it now. ऐसे yellow lines जाते हुए दिख रहे हैं पूरे चारों तरफ rooms में और I'm coming back to life. And I can see what he's telling me on his forehead like a TV, शक्तिमान type का कुछ. ये मेरा memory है इस चीज़ का, which I have never been able to put in place कि क्या है, कैसे था, क्या था. खैर, so he told me that there was this tree and on which you stepped on this some Saturday afternoon, something.
Oh.
And you had two other kids around you. One was wearing a yellow sweater, the other one was wearing a blue cap. He was that specific. And these were my two friends who probably I was playing cricket with. And I stepped on that tree. और वहाँ पे उससे थोड़ा दूर में, उसके थोड़े दिन पहले, someone had been murdered. This was like we knew about it because it happened in our locality, but nobody made anything out of it. So this Panditji who lives in Assam somewhere, who has just showed up here, he's telling us that it was that person who had accidentally,
Oh no. So he had figured this out.
What-
And now you are free of
He-
all creatures inside you?
except
But imagine,
So
so many people
that's
couldn't.
what
I got a good suggestion. I was just thinking about it. So a lot of people get possessed and not many people can hold them. They keep on doing whatever they want to do. Instead of that, if they're streamlined and we had gotten all these kids or guys into American football, they're taking the ball and run across the field for a touchdown. सोचो कितना पैसा कमा लेता. Damn, ये हमने पहले क्यों नहीं सोचा. मेरा दिमाग में, सॉरी, आपकी स्टोरी
मैच
से
का
बहुत सारी
timing
कहानी
उनके
है.
हिसाब से
यार
करना
कहानी है यार सुरेश.
क्या कहानी है
यार
Solid.
तुम पुराने लेजेंड्स जो जा चुके हैं
हाँ
उनको पोजेस कर दो आम लोगों में. जैसे होजे को टीम में डालो.
हाँ.
Correct.
और वो
The
जाके अपने
greatest
सब लोग
डेड
पकड़ रहे.
फुटबॉल.
Yeah. All these
Anyway.
huge guys jumping on Jose, but Jose gets up and runs again.
And after the
That's
match, when the interview, na, it's back to Jose. So he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. He's
Anyway,
stupid.
guys, we let's
And the first question they ask him is, "Hey, तू घर से बाहर कभी आया?"
Brother,
guys,
can
please,
you sing us? Can you sing
can
us?
we please
Aaj-
let
aaj din
Bohemia
hai
go
pani,
and then
pani.
you all can. Sir, thank you so much for your story.
Brother man,
I hope you're good now.
good to see you, man.
He's
Good
good.
to have
He's
you
good.
on.
I hope you're okay now.
You're
You're
good.
doing well.
as far as I
He's
know.
doing good. All right. Cheers,
ऐसे
buddy.
answer
Thank you
मत
so
दो.
much.
यार, ऐसे तो दिल सूख जाएगा.
There's not a very good disguise, though. Anyone who's looking for him can easily tell that that's him, whoever they're looking for. Now, back to you guys. Yeah, sorry about that. Yes, sir. You all were saying something?
Not really.
Snacky time now. अभी snacky time तो मेरे को करना पड़ेगा.
That
मैं
Menon is
तू
eating
एक
what
सेकंड,
is-
तू प्रॉब्लम क्या था? इतना अच्छा सजेशन दिया. अमेरिकन फुटबॉल में इतने
अच्छा
अच्छे
मैंने
player.
कब ना बोला. अच्छा था ये suggestion.
Wait, guys, let us story. We are telling me.
Okay. But that's a crazy story.
Do I
See,
sound like that?
what if you realize that some of the greatest legends in sport
Yeah.
were actually possessed?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense
damn.
also.
Yeah. Some of these guys who play consistently, even well, I think some players in the World Cup definitely they're possessed.
Dude, have you guys seen those videos on the net? I know they're bullshit and crazy, but even of like the royal family and shit,
This story
And
took quite some time.
the pictures where their eyes roll up and they're all black and crazy. Have you seen this?
See, this is Jose without makeup.
I'm filling in for Cyril. Anyway,
That's called Gabriello. What's he doing? He's still eating. That's a lot of food, man.
I doubt he's coming today. He must be see, and look, unfortunately, you guys look. I mean, I don't mean to insult you in any way, but you're in the same zone. If someone's looking from far away, they think you could be him or he could be you. I mean, if that doesn't bother you.
1 second. Cyril and Cyrus.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
understand. It's like there's
They're
someone who's...
both like alternate reality Darshil safaris.
I don't know what has happened to you. Is it that you haven't got a snack at home and you're feeling bad?
I'm hungry. I'm sorry.
हाँ? कुछ भी हो रहा है 6 महीने के बाद मैं आया हूँ
I
और
be
ये
lucky.
हो रहा है
Talia. Guys, big round of bangans. Oh my god, I thought someone came and stood next to Suresh's camera. Big round of bangans for Cyrus Sahukar.
Bro, that's the most random in the middle of the story you've done this.
It might have come off as a little sarcastic. I'm sorry,
like-
but
It's like someone pre-interval walks in, just randomly starts talking.
okay. Before we go to our next story, so this film on on Hotstar, it's called Barbarian. Great potential in the
Check it out.
starting, and so there's this place which turns out is double booked. It's like an Airbnb. So this girl goes there, and it's double booked. Anyway, she argues with that guy, the guy who's there, and he says, "Okay, it's fine, whatever. I'll sleep on." He's upset about it, but he's like, "I'll sleep on the couch, and you can sleep on the bed, and we'll share this room for now because they're in the middle of nowhere, etc., etc." Anyway, so there's no spoilers. I'm telling you, this is not that kind of film where you'll be like, "Oh, spoiler! Ter diya, mera life khatam." Anyway, there's a crazy scene in there.
With him.
Okay, well, let's give our viewers a chance. If you're planning to watch this film, stop the stream right now because I'm gonna give spoilers because it's too funny to not talk about. So anyway, whoever the ghost or the zombie or the protagonist or the entity is thinks that they're a mother. Okay, so they capture people and start treating them like their children.
Oh.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very, very creepy. It is also very, very creepy. So,
Fuck.
so they put them in cages and stuff, and this thing puts them in cages and stuff.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing so much. So this creature, whatever it is, captures
Really,
people,
it has disturbed you.
treating them like babies, and they say, "Baba, Baba, you Baba," and they're freaking out. They're like, "Oh God, this thing wants to be my mother," and blah blah blah. And
I
then
got
you know
daddy
what?
issues anyway.
Yeah,
Hey,
then
Call my
Look.
therapist. Fuck
Look,
this.
Baba,
there's
they
a
call him
scene-
Baba. So
there's a
Hindi
scene
mother.
where the creature puts its hand through the cage and holds out a giant doo-doo bottle.
What the fuck are you watching, bro?
Wow. We couldn't language with them.
It was in English. It was a giant doo-doo bottle. And the guy is saying, "What is this? Oh my God, oh my God." And the girl is saying, "I think it wants us to be fed or whatever." And then they start drinking whatever's in that. and it's supposed to be really creepy, but I laughed so much.
What
So
shit is
much.
this?
I just want to share that with
I
you.
can't
guys.
get funding for something I've been writing for 2 years. This moron, when he's narrating this, what did he say? Oh, फिर ना दूध का बोतल लेके ना आत्मा lead character को पिलाती है. और लोग कह रहे हैं, "Oh God, don't stop, don't stop."
Oh, bro, it's insanely funny.
Dude,
Anyway,
how's this film called Smile?
come back.
Because my cousin saw it and he said it was super spooky.
Smile. I don't know.
Smile.
That.
Hmm.
Why not seen? I'll watch it.
You know,
I
what
saw one freaky one though. It was
Which
called The Black Phone.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I want to watch Black
Ethan-
Phone. That's
Ethan
supposed to be
Hawke.
very good.
Where?
Supposed to be very
Quite
Oh, Ethan
Quite-
Hawke's amazing. I
yeah.
love Ethan Hawke. Where did
But-
you watch it?
on Amazon.
Okay, good.
Good. Ethan Hawke is hardly there. He's just a supporting name, not in a cast. I
good.
would
But what
say.
about Jason
But-
Eagle?
Fine. Jason Eagle, मैं सुबह आया था यहाँ पे बाहर.
I'm so sorry. I just fill in for Cyril, like I said.
Super film. That's the
What about-
real line.
What about Tim Crow?
Okay,
Let's
moving
add on
moving
some
forward.
But dude, that's what freaks me out. Like we should do an Airbnb or like a homestay special. Like those things do give me the heebie-jeebies. And I've been
Very
reading up a little
creepy.
bit on the weird shit that happens in these Airbnbs and these crazy
Oh
stories.
man, yeah, seriously, because
A house you've never been in. Now you're here for 3-4 days, and you don't even know if the owner is the owner, and you don't even know if
yeah,
they've given you the house, and
Oh
what
my
stories they
God.
tell, and what's in the closet, and does the mirror have a camera behind?
Nidhi,
Very
Mangalorean,
Hey,
disturbing.
they hit my
Insular,
friend.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Insular.
Insular.
Hey,
South,
Nidhi,
Hushar
how
ullad.
are you?
Saukya.
Success.
Yeah, finally. I'm
Welcome,
back
Nidhi.
again. Yeah.
How's it
Hi,
going?
Thank you,
Nidhi,
Mr.
how are you?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you? Hey, Cyrus. Hello.
Hi.
Even
Yeah.
Cyrus can't believe he's here. He's like,
Nidhi, I think last
"Hi,
time when
what-
Nidhi
what
came,
am I doing?"
Cyrus was there.
Yeah. Yeah. He was there. Cyril was there last time. So, yeah, we're missing him this time.
All
Yeah.
right,
Maybe
go
they'll
for
be
it.
coming now.
Nidhi, you have a
Yeah.
Mangalorean ghost story. What is
Yeah.
going to happen?
Yeah. Okay. This is a story that I've heard of from someone. There's a trigger warning. I'm telling you well in advance. And this also involves a little bit of demigods that we believe here in Mangalore.
Okay.
We call them daivas. So there's a little bit of that as well. And there is a ghost presence as well. So I would probably rate it somewhere around 7.
7.
So,
All right.
yeah. Okay.
It's
I don't
doing
know.
well.
I was freaked out when I heard that. I don't know about
Okay.
you folks.
Take it
So
away. Take it away.
yeah, okay. The story is about 2 brothers. The elder one was a bit of an introvert, if I could say, and the younger one was very much an extrovert. And like because he was an extrovert, so the family folks and everyone used to love him a lot, and he would very easily communicate with people. Whereas the elder one always used to have a little bit of this issues in communicating with people, expressing his emotions and all that. And I think gradually this is how they grew up, and nobody knew, but looks like the elder one slightly was a little uncomfortable or jealous or whatever of the younger one. So when they started going to college, looks like the elder one fell for a girl, and he wanted to go and propose to her, but unfortunately he got to know that the girl was in love with the younger one.
Oh.
So it didn't end up well for the guy, and trigger warning, he ended up his life,
Oh,
unfortunately.
no.
Yeah. And so after this incident, the younger one, probably they discovered the diary of this guy or somehow, and they got to know that even he was in, he wanted to propose to this girl, but it didn't happen, and probably backed off or whatever that reason was. It didn't happen. So the younger one took it upon him. There was a guilt upon him, and he even avoided marriage for a number of years. But when these kind of things happen, when an unfortunate death happens, here in Mangalore and most of the South India, I mean, we have this month called Mahalay. So when in the month of Mahalay, it's considered to be like an auspicious month when they do these last rituals to people. They do shraddhas, and they do this pindadana, shraddhadan, and all those things they do it. And so they usually do that every year to this guy. And that is exactly that year, the elder one's marriage was being fixed with the same girl with whom they both of them were in love with. So after a couple of years, looks like the younger guy was supposed to get married to that girl that year. So during the Mahalay, they finished doing the Shraddha and all those things. A few days down the line, one fine afternoon, the younger one was sleeping in his room somewhere 12:30 in the afternoon, and the mother had gone out. There was no one at home. He listens to a knock on the door. He goes and he opens the door, and he sees his elder brother standing at the door. And
His dead elder brother.
Yes, the dead elder brother. And he's in sleep, right? He's sleeping. So when these things happen, when you've grown up with a person, you'll not remember that person is no more. When in your dreams, this happens, right? So probably he did not realize that his brother is no more, and it's like he's his brother. So he invites him home. He comes. The elder one comes home, and he starts saying that I've traveled from really far. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty, and all that. So the younger one says, "Oh, okay, you're hungry. Let me see what's there in the kitchen." So he goes to the kitchen. He sees the mother hasn't cooked anything. So he makes some upma and a cup of coffee. And he comes and he offers it to the elder one. And the elder one looks very tired. And suddenly the elder one grabs onto this younger one's hand and says that, I've come from really far. The place where I am, it's very lonely. There's no one for me. I really don't like being lonely. Why don't you come along with me? And the younger one, he doesn't get that time to process it. And before he says anything, the elder one just starts to drag his hand outside the home, like literally dragging him outside the home. But the minute they reach near the door, he feels like something suddenly happened, and the person, the elder brothers, whatever that silhouette is or whatever that person was, he vanishes off. And he realizes that there was a sort of this chandan ka mala of this which was there above the door ke upar they usually keep that kind of Ganesh ji ka photo, right? So from that there was a chandan ka mala which has fallen on this elder one's body, and he's literally vanished off. And suddenly when that happened, there was a kind of a very screeching scream that came from the elder one, and usi dar mein this younger one gets up. Okay, he gets up and he's sweating and all that, and he realizes, oh, it's a dream. Maybe he just started thinking that maybe all this, this Mahalai season was happening. They did all the shraddh, so maybe all this thing, it came into his head, and it can be a delusional thing. A few minutes later, there's a knock at the door, and again he goes and he opens the door. He sees it's his mother, and he's like, okay, so this is a dream. I shouldn't think much about this and all that. The mother comes inside, and the mother is like, oh, I'm pretty much impressed. You're going to get married, so you started to cook and all that, is it? And he's like, what cook? Like, I see there's upma there. And he goes inside, he sees in the kitchen. Yeah. And he's made upma, there's filter coffee made. He goes and he checks in the room as well. There's a plate there with a plate full of upma and a cup of coffee, which is untouched on the table. And he sees that and he freaks out. And he doesn't know what to do, but his mother notices that this guy is freaking out. And so the mother asks what happened. So he narrates whatever has happened to the mother. And the mother is like, okay, relax, we'll go to temple, we'll do this puja uja and all that. You'll be okay. Don't think much about it. Maybe it's just a dream, or maybe you've done something that don't think about it. Just let it go. So although, she says, let it go, you cannot let go something of that sort, that her son has gone and made upma and coffee. Okay. So in ours, what happens is, here usually in Mangalore, we have, like how we have gods, we also have demigods. Demigods whom we call Daivas and Bhutas. They are not like bad spirits, they are good spirits. They are there to protect us. And every family or every region has these various Daivas. So every family has one particular Daiva at least. So for this guy, from whichever family he belonged to, even that family had a Daiva. And because this guy was going to get married or something, so the mother decided, let's go and let's take a blessing and all that. So they had gone to this kola. Kola is like the ritual that is being performed where the person, whoever is performing, the spirit enters his body and all that. So so that is the Bhuta Kola tradition. It is also there in Kerala. So Suresh sir can definitely relate with it, if I could say. And okay, if you watched the movie Kantara, you can also relate to that as well. So So when they went to this place, the mother or the son, none of them spoke anything. They just went there and they took the prasadam. So when they went to take that blessing from the god, suddenly the demigod, he started asking like, okay, so you're good now, right? He hasn't disturbed you after that instant. And the mother's like, what? So she'll be like, no, probably you remember what had happened few days ago. There was this, somebody had tried to touch you, and I had tried to stop that person. And they couldn't understand what happened. And then they suddenly realized that, oh, yes, okay, yes, that incident. And that is when the Daiva says that, yes, he had tried to cross his borderline, that the borderline between the human world and the other world. And I had to stop him right there. He couldn't cross that line. In fact, he's still around you. He's still here. He's still probably seeing you. He'll always be with you. But that day, he's been there for so many years, but that day he tried to cross that line. He shouldn't have crossed that border, and I had to stop him. So that Chandan ka mala that fell on him is like a beating from me, that next time he's not supposed to cross that line. He'll forever be there here, but he'll probably never have the guts, and he will never ever step into your house or come near your son. So that is like a warning.
Wow, what a great story there was,
Ah.
dude. Literal chills through that.
Beautiful, beautiful. I felt
Nidhi
bad for
ji.
the brother though, yeah. Sad for the brother.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
question: did he marry that girl then?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so he married the girl that his brother was in love with,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? But he knew about this.
Yeah. He got to know later, probably.
Later
I
on,
think
after
that-
he died.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably he got
Wow.
a diary or a note or somehow. But yeah.
So this ghost is like basically gonna be in the house, watch them live a full happy life.
Yeah. Yeah.
his
Probably.
whole life,
And
and
yeah. Yeah.
get-
Probably. Yes.
But
Yeah.
people are being protected.
Or probably realizes कि बच गया.
And he's trying to
Yeah.
save the
Could be that
brother.
as well, right?
He's like jingalala, jingalala.
This is what happens when you get all men panelists. But Nidhi, आप जीत गए और आप मुंबई आ सकते हैं. तालियां आपके लिए. Wow.
बहुत
Great
जोरदार
story.
तालियों के साथ.
Beautiful
Nidhi,
story.
मजा
I
आया.
loved it.
Very well narrated also.
Thank you.
Beautifully narrated, and
Thanks,
it's got
Nidhi.
history and everything, and so well explained. Nidhi,
Thank
See,
you.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Nidhi's story is better than that whole film, Barbarian. And they
I'll
have
watch
huge
that movie.
budgets and all. No, don't watch it. Trust me.
It's
For
comedy.
that scene you
comedy.
can watch. Yeah, it's comedy. Yeah.
Grown people
No, it wasn't
are
bad.
drinking from milk bottles. And it's
Anyway,
scary.
thanks, Nidhi.
Thanks,
Thank
Nidhi.
you so much.
Thank
That
you,
was
Jose.
great.
Thank you guys.
Wow.
Okay, bye.
Damn.
Bye bye. Oh,
She was going to say
After
something.
being all
she was
polite,
going
you
to say
cut her
bye-bye.
off. No, she was gonna-
bye. But that was really good though. That was
It was
actually
good. It was
really
really
good.
sad. Kind of weird
I
and sad
know.
for the
I know,
other. I
man.
felt bad for that brother, man. First to be rejected, and then
I felt bad for
And
the younger
and the brother
also
became the
because-
bad guy also.
I felt very bad for the younger brother also
because
because
they are,
eventually.
brothers are brothers. They're so.
But
Yeah.
why would you? I don't know, man. Why would you marry the same girl then after all this drama? No.
Speaking of
Maybe,
feeling bad,
Oh, it's Sister Lucy. Sister Lucy.
Oh, he's scared.
Oh, okay. He's
Yeah.
out. He's out. He's young. He's sexy.
he's
out.
pretending to be
Hi,
on a
guys.
ghost walk.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all can hear me, but
Yeah.
I'm in a very isolated area and I'm trying to track down supernatural beings.
Beans.
Okay.
This is no time to go
Yeah.
farming.
Jose.
I'm very isolated. I'm very far away from like any sort of like civilization or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Ooh.
Don't talk.
Psychopath.
Everything we
You've got an on-ground reporter. The budget's gone all out, bro.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't have good
Can you
network,
see
guys.
anything, Mr. Abs?
Can
I
you
can't see anything. I'm in very bad
Cyril ji,
network.
Cyril
I'm
ji,
in
Cyril
a-
ji, एक मिनट. Cyril ji, आप क्या भूत से बात कर सकते
ये
हैं?
जो
Please,
village में
कैमरा के
बैठा
सामने
है
आप भूत
अभी-
को नचा सकते हैं.
लाश को पोक करके देखिए.
भाई किसका लाश को पोक करना मुझे पता नहीं.
अरे भूत
Listen,
देख.
I think Cyrus is really onto something. A 24-hour news channel that reports on ghosts and
Arey,
supernatural
seriously?
stuff.
Ooh.
And the
Hey.
reporter is out. He's like, आज मैं
Are
यहाँ
you
पे हूँ
seeing
और
this
आज
guy?
भी
Are
कुछ
you
नहीं
seeing
दिखाई
this?
दिया.
And
Jose
then
ji.
and then he starts doing it himself to create the story.
What a
man.
great film.
Imagine, and Arnab becomes the best news reporter then.
Dude,
You know?
आप लोग
We
ये
have
देख
with
रहे
us on this panel today.
Darjeeling mein bhoot.
He's in Darjeeling.
Yeah, bro, that's tea estates.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's
Siddhu,
petting a
nice.
leaf.
Petting a leaf, sir. Good.
Ye soft
Very
leaf
straight.
hai.
All right,
Yeah,
guys,
hello.
I'm gonna go.
Saturday night ko where were you, bro? Why are you having
Yeah, why
dinner
you,
outside?
like,
There's so much
seriously,
crowd
where are
and
you, man?
people.
See, guys, while you all sit in the comfort of your houses and air conditions and painted fresh walls, I am out here looking for the unexplained. And
He's looking for the people who
What
he
is
went to
that?
dinner with.
Right now is where you are and who are you with? Because that person is surely waiting for you.
Yeah.
Also, I
If
left
you're
the door open the other day and the hamster ran out, so I'm now trying to look for it. So
But listen, if you keep standing where you're standing, the tow truck will come and take you.
people are staring at me out here. It is an isolated. It may look like BKC, guys, but it's not. Okay,
it
it
is
is
not.
absolutely not. It's
We
a
already
village.
told people it's BKC. Sorry.
But you're home then. You'll be home in 20 minutes. You can join us, bro.
I will actually, guys. I love how this is a conversation where I feel like it's 4 people in a WhatsApp group now saying, "Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You want to catch up in 20 minutes?"
Cyril, thank you for stamping your existence here. We miss you. We
Who are you?
miss you,
Who's
boss.
this? Who's talking?
Cyrus
Cyril,
speaking.
one
Hello,
second,
Cyril.
before,
Shilpi
before we
Cyril,
Gulati.
sign
how are
off,
you?
before
Shilpi
we sign
Gulati.
off, Cyril, you're looking very handsome,
Very
dapper, very well
erotic.
dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something je ne sais quoi,
Something
also very
special.
special about
I like
Cyril
the
tonight.
Omega watch that he's wearing
Sorry,
also.
did Cyrus say Shusha Vusama?
I said, there's something je ne sais quoi, so very
Hey,
special
man.
about that.
Yes.
Cyril,
Sorry,
Cyril,
sorry,
it's
sorry.
Suresh here.
Guys.
Cyril, Suresh here. I just want to tell you, I really love your body so much. Chal, Cyril. Cyril, take care.
Yeah. Wait.
Thanks.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I think
Bye,
I
bye.
saw something.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Bye.
It's my cab. I'll see you guys.
The best
Lots
part
of
is,
love.
na.
Just,
Oh my God.
oh, that was too rude. Yeah,
I
that was too
disconnected
rude.
by mistake.
No, Jose, you one second.
Jose, you're becoming very angsty in your old age.
Yeah,
I'm
see, this
sorry.
is the second or third time you did it with Cyrus. You did it with me. You have been doing it with me for so many years. Now you
Don't
did
tell
it
people
with
about
just a
that.
caller before that. She was going to say something, Nidhi,
Yeah.
and you cut her off mid
Yeah.
sentence. Cyril,
Look.
Bichara, you was going to say something. You cut him off.
But this was not you when 6 months ago.
This
months
was
ago,
personal. This was
you were
personal.
softer. You were much softer, bro.
It was.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I realize running out of time now, and we're gonna be, and time is going very fast. So
Yeah,
there's no
man.
time for the last few words in a sentence. You just omit them.
But I kind of think it's okay. Like I told you, I met somebody, and earlier at least they say, "How are you?" Now I met this guy. Everyone I meet nowadays at Diwali recently, they looked
Yeah.
at me and said, "All good, all good, all good."
Moving on. So,
Ah.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's-
Cyrus, we love you. Yeah, you
I
have no
appreciate it.
idea how
You
good
can't
you are for the views.
insult and humiliate people and then say moving on, bro. That's like the worst shit. After hearing out a story about a guy who killed himself from rejection.
Oh man, seriously.
Okay, today Cyrus as our chief guest. Chief guest, what a stranger. Eastern Express Highway ghost story. Cyrus, would you like to listen to Ouija board haunted story, house possessed by
Yeah.
evil spirit, or would
Oh,
you like office के पीछे French भूतनी?
नहीं,
ऑफिस के पीछे फ्रेंच भूतनी वाह
Supposedly.
ये तो
ये
काफी
तो South
uh,
से आने वाला है,
Spoke
हाँ.
to the ghost in
sounds-
French.
Hmm.
Eastern Express Highway, and then we can do the Ouija board.
Oh, okay, I'm in the
All
game.
right.
My grandmother had a Ouija board made for herself. You know, that?
No.
It was made with no nails. The nails
Why would
were
anyone
wooden.
do that?
She's crazy, man. She loved this shit.
That's crazy. I'm sorry, guys,
Your
for cutting
experience.
off people. 1 second, Cyrus. I'm sorry for cutting people off.
you can pay us it's okay we're quite corrupt
Without Suresh Menon, the moral fiber of this show is going
Down the toilet.
It's the fucking top of my. My pen is
French
broken. My
booty,
wife will
man.
throw me out of
What
the
the
house if I
hell?
break this pen.
I want to hear French boothni yaar
We'll
what
pull
was
them in.
Eastern
It
Eastern
sounds like you're
Express.
just wasting.
Yeah, hello,
people's time.
hello. How are you? How are you?
and we can at least talk to the person French for some time
We.
We.
Eastern Express Highway connecting.
But
or
he
traffic
went.
dropping
He went to the
bota rahe.
back. He asked the French
Wow.
boothni for directions. She said, "I only." speak
There's
English."
Suresh on the screen.
Bro. Oh, whoa.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Nice. Like 3 camera
Hello,
setup.
hello there.
that's
Bro.
right out of ashram aisa lag raha tha
Rick and Morty.
Welcome. Your audio is about to connect. Wax on. Wax
Money
off.
down, jiggle, jiggle.
Wax on.
Pose.
Wax off. Editing setup.
oh nice max
What
off
happened?
max off
काफी
Karate Kid.
time लगा. Sir, your audio is not connected.
But he hasn't spoken. Maybe his audio is connected.
no, it'll show.
say hello,
over
hello,
here first,
hello,
so Connect
hello.
नहीं हुआ है.
Hi, say hello. Oh no, no.
we can't hear you so if you
You
now
guys
close
doubting
the go
Sir,
to
can you
your-
tell this entire story in mime?
or with like little pieces of paper or something. So go to your video settings, and right under that you'll find audio settings in Zoom. Make sure you have. He's in the karate scene.
so go to the mic icon over there you can find out
Yeah,
from the select
definitely
the
a little
speaker.
bit of Abhishek Bachchan, huh? Parallel universe Abhishek Bachchan.
You found the mic icon? No, we can't hear
Connecting,
you. We
yeah,
can't
yeah,
hear
connecting to audio,
It's
connecting
saying,
to audio. Give it a
is
moment.
Connecting. Yeah.
And
yeah.
here we go in
Yeah.
3,
you. Ah,
two,
Now he's turned it off. You need to
one.
switch on your mic, brother. All right.
Can you guys hear me
Ale.
now?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
Yo!
What's up?
Another one.
Yeah, I.
Welcome, sir. कौन बात कर रहा है और कहाँ से?
Hi guys. Oh my God.
What a
Yes.
reaction. He's like, ah. Sir, you have to turn the YouTube stream off.
I did that.
Chat
yeah.
with us through Zoom directly. Okay.
Yeah.
कहाँ से सर?
मैं मुंह से बोल रहा हूँ.
Ah, पकड़ लिया.
Sorry. But
So yeah,
Take
hi.
it away.
I am from Bombay, and this happened with me. This happened in 2011.
okay.
when I was working as an associate editor in one of the business news channels in Worli.
Okay.
So what used to happen with us is like we're assistants, like you come at like 8 in the morning and then you leave at like 3 in the night. So you're like just like used for everything. So at 3 in the night we used to get dropped.
Right.
So my office was in Worli at that time. So our drop guy was very happy to drop everyone else. So this was somewhere in December 2011, mid-December, like not heavy, not so everybody's gone home. This is like 2:33 in the night, and I used to stay at Thane at that time. So I was alone in the drop at around 3 in the night. So this guy Naresh, shout out if you are listening to this. So he said, "Sir, आज मैं आपको drop करता हूँ." So I said, "Okay." So that time they used to drop us in this Tavera car. I don't know if you guys know.
Of course.
Tavera, Suresh.
I used to own one. I used to have one.
क्या बात है?
Thank you.
So at like 3:45, 2:45, he called me, "Sir, aa jao bahar." So I went out. We sat, and there was one more driver, assistant driver. He was supposed to like ये route है, यहाँ पे drop करना है next week से whatever. So I was sitting in the back. Naresh is driving, and the assistant driver is sitting at the next to the driver's seat. And he started driving, and we were like at around 1. He was driving at 120, 110, 120 in the night, 2:33, open road, nobody's there. In the Eastern Express Highway.
Right.
So right before Vikhroli, there was a guy on the left side of our car. He was riding a bike. He was on Yamaha RX 100. Okay. I've heard this, but this has already happened with me. T-shirt, jeans, nothing like you remember, mid-20s, mid-30s. He just knocked on our window. So Naresh like window down kiya, and I was sitting at the back, and he asked me, cigarette hai kya? He was just doing this. And I was like, nahi hai, because I was like, what? I was a kid at that time. I said, nahi hai. He said, okay. He just did this, and he drove off. You're like, cool. But then within like 2 seconds, we realized we were at 125. And the maximum speed of like Yamaha is like 110. And he drove off. And we are on the bridge, okay. So this Naresh is like, मैं पकड़ता हूँ उसको. I said, okay, cool guy, go. We were just at incline, and when we got down, we didn't see anybody there. There was no bike at all. So if you go a little ahead and you see the left side, parallel side, it's one way. You're just going that side. So you can't come back from there. So I didn't realize anything at that time. I was like, हाँ ठीक है. So at the junction of Mulund, there was one dhaba. So Naresh, he's got really pissed off and scared and everything at the same time. And he's like, how can that guy disappear? How can he beat me when I'm driving at 130 and he's on a bike, a Yamaha, और वो मेरे को कैसा overtake करके गायब हो गया? I want to know this guy. So at that dhaba, he got down and he started asking people कि भाई इधर कोई आया था क्या बाइक में, इधर कोई आया था क्या बाइक में. And I'm like, bro, it's like 4:30 in the morning. Just drop me home. I want to go home. I
छोड़ ना
came
घर
like,
पे चलते हाँ.
छोड़ ना भाई यार. तो 8 बजे से आया मैं. तू तो अब भी आया दोपहर को. Fuck. He's like, हाँ मैं छोड़ता हूँ. सर टेंशन मत लो. He dropped me off. Nothing else. Monday morning I go to like normal usual. I go to office. Monday night 11 o'clock I go out. And I ask Naresh किधर है? Like सर वो आया नहीं आज. Like क्या हो गया? Like सर उसको बुखार आ गया.
Fever.
And then like, oh shit, ये future में होज़े को बताना पड़ेगा. But anyway, so I was like, क्यों लेकिन? He said, sir, पता नहीं वो कुछ तो वो कोई तो उधर उनको मिल गया रास्ते में रात को Friday को drop करते time and he got very scared and he is not feeling well since then. I said, okay, cool. After a week, Naresh came back and I asked him, क्या हुआ? So, sir, आपको अब तक पता नहीं चला? I said, नहीं. Sir, वो बाइक में वो आदमी नहीं था, वो भूत था. And I like, भूत? क्यों लेकिन? He said, sir, वो यहाँ पे था. And he asked for like cigarette and all that. And I said, oh, I mean, I don't know, but ठीक है, होगा कुछ. But Naresh was very scared, and after that, he at least met that guy 3 times.
Which guy?
In
The
next-
ghost?
And the ghost.
Yeah.
Huh?
In next 2 years, he
Oh,
had
shit.
to. Yeah. So I was just like, I discounted him like, oh, okay, ठीक है, Naresh कुछ भी बोल रहा है, the normal guy,
Saying, bro.
like, you know.
That's crazy.
And after like 2 years, he told me, sir, मैंने आपको बताया. ऐसे अब तो तेरा दोस्ती वगैरह का, उसको भी drop दे दे, finally दे दे, उसको cigarette है क्या? Start carrying cigarette.
और एक राउंड भी पूछ ले बाइक का बट
So ghosts can smoke.
I have no
This
idea.
one.
I've never seen a ghost smoking. I don't know. But apparently, Naresh told me that signal at Vikhroli, there was some hospital. So on that signal, lot of time, lot of people have seen some people just like coming on the highway, like
Right.
they want to, they are trying to cross the road, but they don't cross the road. So
Right.
you end up bang your car
So,
and bike and
My
everything.
only thing is, what happens? The guy is the ghost, but where the bike stays the bike, right?
He just disappeared. He just
But the bike stays the bike, right? It's
Oh,
like
man.
that.
we have to
what
we have to
happens
rewatch Ghost Rider to understand that part.
Yeah, I was going to say that only. Yeah.
गाड़ी की भी आत्मा होती है.
Nicholas Cage.
Who
Cage se
knows?
nikle.
No, so my question to you is the first time you saw him knock
I
on
saw
the
him.
window,
Yeah,
you saw this
yeah.
person. Okay.
So even you saw.
And I was like, I was like, हाँ नहीं है भाई.
मेरे पास एक explanation था.
Very
Does he
interesting.
does he look like the guy standing behind you?
Yeah, exactly. He's right here.
He look like any of the
So
panelists.
say hi to them.
See,
So
we
I
know
got
the
an
guys from the 80s or the 90s, Suresh, because RX100.
Oh yeah. Correct. मेरे जमाने का.
And
And
this was
Tavera.
like at 2011, like
Tavera.
2010, I used to see all these kids like driving all this.
I had an example. I had a sort of a explanation for this. I thought कि वो आके सिगरेट पूछा गाड़ी फिर उसने वर्न करके लेके and you said there's a slope over there. तो इतना तेजी से क्या slope से उधर दूसरे साइड चला जाएगा.
Either that or he found a
That's why
pillar
you
or
didn't
a...
That's why you didn't see anyone down there. वो दूसरा दिन कहीं वैसा bushes में से गिरा है बचा मेरे को यार.
नीचे देख रहे थे ना, ऊपर देखते तो दिख जाता.
Yeah. Suresh, that night he was alive. The subsequent nights he was not alive. After that.
That's what got me fogged. Subsequent nights भी देखा बोला तो मेरे को भी नरेश के ऊपर डाउट आ रहा है.
God. Very funny.
No, I
Great
don't know.
story.
And after that, every time, whenever I used to go on any of those days at 3 in the night, I used to be like, अरे अभी वो आएगा सिगरेट मांगने के लिए भाई जिसके बाद में सिगरेट निकाल के रखो and give him and like at least like make him
Yeah.
happy and let him go
maybe
away.
मोक्ष मिल जाता उसको उसके
Yeah, saying,
किसी ने
नहीं
दिया
मामा
होगा.
मामा मैं सिगरेट नहीं पीता हूँ वो भूत के लिए मैं रखा पॉकेट में क्या प्रॉब्लम है anyway take care buddy
Moksha,
thanks
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thanks
brother.
for
Thank
sharing
you so
that
much, man.
great story enjoy
Bye bye.
bye
Thank you.
Bye.
oh jeez Rick and
A
Morty
lovely story, I must say. It was
Nice
quite
story, nice
action
one.
filled. The bike, that's so
Yeah.
colorful this was.
I forgot how
And-
much fun and how much trouble people take to narrate such beautiful like experiences and stories
Yeah.
from their life.
Yeah.
It's quite beautiful, yeah.
and it was very nostalgic also the story RX100 and then Travera Suresh
Tavera, man.
I remember Suresh used to do this one thing where he used to do Sanjeev
You
Kumar
had a maroon Tavera.
No,
he
I
had,
had a
he had
silver,
a silver
color.
Travera
Yeah.
so Suresh used to do this thing where he'd play Sanjeev Kumar's driving tips. Okay, from
I'm
Sanjeev
already
Kumar,
in.
from Sholay. Okay, I don't know if people know anything, but please check that out. And so Suresh used to do this thing with, देखिए मेरे पास एक मेरा दोस्त आया था something और मेरा दोस्त आया था और मैं उनको ड्रॉप लेने गया something तो उसने बोला मैं किधर बैठूं तो मैंने उनको बोला आप मेरा ट्रवेरा के अंदर आते वक्त आगे जाओ आगे से लेफ्ट मारना उधर एक सीट मिलेगा because the car was so big.
That's a fucking amazing car.
तालियां सुरेश.
I remember GK, अपना Gaurav Kapoor, one day we both were heading towards our friend's place and he was in a Chevrolet and he was just behind me.
He had
So
a black Chevrolet.
yeah, so he came like that next to me and he's just calling me and he's saying, hey, listen, now you chase me and then I'll chase you. Then we can call this Chevy chase.
Oh.
That's
Dude, I
it,
remember
got
this.
fired like that.
So the first day Kapoor bought that car, he came home from the showroom. Yeah, it was such a big thing, no? The
Yeah,
getting
man.
a car and then वो माला लगाते
So many
थे.
years, अरे क्या मस्त अच्छे
Beautiful
दिन थे.
times, man. Everything was just lovely.
First
then.
bike I learned to ride on was the RX-100.
What a bike, huh?
Hey, what a bike.
I
man.
heard it got too popular, so they had to discontinue it. Like it was
Really?
Yeah.
almost like eating
How
up.
can it be too
the-
popular?
Something.
It was RX-100 did very
Beauty
well.
of
I had
a
a
bike.
I had a Suzuki AX100 in Suzuki 100cc bike.
AX100. Oh, yeah, okay.
That's the same color bike that Amir Khan had in
Oh my
Kayamat Se
God,
Kayamat
what's
Tak.
happening here?
Oh, shit,
Nikila!
What's up, Nikhila?
Nikhila and the children.
Nikala and gang.
Let me
Not
unmute.
I don't think those are children, Suresh. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Where are you all? Outside
किधर
a
हो आप
movie
लोग?
theater.
So we are in a mall. It's Saturday.
At
Mall is open at 11 at night.
I've been trying since the start of the stream, and oh my God, Hoezaay, Cyrus, and Cyrus.
Hi.
11, 11, welcome.
11, dude. Yeah, oh.
Love you guys.
अभी बीच में वो मॉल का ओनर आके बोलेगा निकलो आप लास्ट हो.
Which
I
mall
do
are you
have
in?
a ghost story. I do have a ghost
All
story,
right.
but you have to just give me a minute.
All
Because
right.
I've written down the story to avoid all the ahs and ums
No
and
problem,
waste you
no
guys'
problem.
How
time.
sweet, yeah. Take your time, take your time.
Let me quickly just open the story, okay?
Sure.
And I'm sorry, I don't have headphones, so I
No
hope
problem.
I am audible to you guys.
I
Now
hope
suddenly
I'm just hoping that a lot of people come around here and they also listen to the story.
No, Suresh. Now the camera pans and there's a customer saying, "Ma'am, मैं कब से wait कर रही हूँ."
Oh my God. Okay. So I'm gonna read the story, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So it's actually not my story. Okay, it was told to me by a friend who heard it from a friend. Now I don't know how long has it been traveled, and the character names have been changed. And but however, I wrote it as if it is one of my story. Okay, I've written it from my perspective. All right. So I'm gonna start reading it. Okay.
Sure.
So the story was told to me by my mom and elder sister. Okay, it's about my sister's friend. Let's call her Jenny. Jenny and my sister were in the same class. So Jenny was belonged to a bit poor family. She had two younger brothers, and she lived in a small house with only one bedroom. She was quiet and a very shy girl with a very low confidence. My sister knew her since kindergarten, so she was well aware of Jenny's nature and behavior. Okay. However, when they grew older, my sister realized that suddenly Jenny had a boost of confidence and she didn't seem dull as always. Somewhere, my sister was happy to see her friend like this. On the other hand, my sister was also curious to know, what changed her. In spite my sister asking her many times, Jenny never really gave a satisfactory answer to what brought her such change. Okay, so my sister stopped asking her, and eventually Jenny changed so much that she now barely spoke to my sister, and my sister could, not really recognize her old friend Jenny. All right, and as she completely seemed like a completely new person. But the change was, gruesome because Jenny began bullying other girls, and she even got herself into fights, and her grades were dropping. Overall, she always seemed angry and disturbed. So my sister, being worried for her friend, she told my mom about all of this. Jenny's changed a lot, and all of this happened because they were kindergarten friends. So my mom knew her as well. My mom was very shocked and was also worried at the same time. So she decided to go to Jenny's house and meet her parents to understand the situation better. So my mom went to their house alone, and Jenny's mom welcomed my mom gracefully, but my mom could spot worry and fear on her face. Am I going too fast?
No, it's perfect. Perfect.
Okay, all right. All right. Okay, so also, so there was this fear and worry on her face. Now my mom simply asked her how she was. However, Jenny's mom just gave a nervous smile, and my mom tried to make small talk, but Jenny's mom replied with a few words as possible. Now, my mom eventually inquired about Jenny, but her mom simply said she's resting in the bedroom, which was very odd because it was evening, and in India we don't usually take naps
Right.
in the evening, so it was pretty odd for her. Then
Right.
my mom politely told her mom about her behavior in school, and showed worry towards her grades. But her mom didn't seem to care or even acknowledge what my mom hadn't just informed her. She just nervously said, "Oh, that's fine. I'm sure she's trying to do her best. She's a very good girl." And my mom was shocked to hear this response, and now she was sure something was definitely wrong. Okay, so my mom couldn't be patient anymore and asked, "Is there something, some sort of problem? You can tell me, right? Maybe I could help you. If not, then at least you might feel better after sharing." And there was silence. Okay, her mom waited for my mom waited for an answer, but Jenny's mom just sat there in silence. And then third, okay, there was a noise from their bedroom, and Jenny's mom quickly stood up, moved a bit closer to my mom, and said, and gave a nervous smile and said, "Thank you for your visit. I really appreciate you coming down here, but it's late now, and you should probably leave." My mom knew there was something so wrong about all this, so she said, "No. First, tell me what's wrong." Her mom looked towards their bedroom and then back at my mom, and with a very low voice said, "Tomorrow, 5 coffee flakes." And literally held my mom's hand and, with a bit panicked face, took my mom to the main door and said, "See you, drive safely." And then she just shut the door behind. Between all this, my mom just couldn't understand what the hell just happened. My mom slowly walked towards her car, but then stopped amid, turned, and she saw Jenny's mom close to the curtains. And then my mom tried to look at the bedroom window and saw a very faint, tall, dark figure staring back at her. My mom got a little scared, but assumed it was probably Jenny's dad. My mom got home and was worried, but she remembered that tomorrow, she's gonna meet her mom at the cafe, so she'll probably discuss with her. Okay, the next day, my mom went to meet her at the cafe, and Jenny's mom wasn't there. My mom waited. After about 20 to 30 minutes later, Jenny's mom stormed in the cafe, sat with my mom, and she she had a little scarf on her neck, okay, and she just tried to hide her face, okay. So my
Right.
mom asked her, what's wrong with you? Is like someone following you? Jenny's mom looked right and left, and with a barely audible voice said, "I'm not sure if it is following me." My mom was even more confused now. So she asked her, "What is it that you wanted to tell me? That you couldn't tell me at your own home, but you wanted to, come out here, and, you probably wanted to discuss this." To which Jenny's mom said, "I can't wait here long, so I can't answer all your questions. But yes, I need help." She said with a tearful eyes, "My Jenny," and then she just explained her situation that my Jenny, Jin has taken over her, and he's living with her in our house. I've sent my sons to my mom's, but how do I leave my daughter alone? So Jenny found a small picture of a man while she was playing, and she somehow was drawn to the picture. So she carried it to her home, and it was it was a trick of the Jen. So it came with her, it came home with Jenny, and then Jenny began behaving weird, and she could hear her talk to someone at nights, and she could hear that she was talking, and and she said that it's her friend Jen. I know what a Jen is, so her mom got really scared and asked her to stop talking to him, but Jenny seemed very upset, and but she agreed. Okay, so a few days later, when she was out of the house taking groceries, when she returned, her sons were sleeping in the living room on the floor, and she heard Jenny's laughter in the bedroom. Okay, so she rushed to the bedroom and saw Jenny sitting naked on their bed, and there was a huge dark figure with little horns sitting in front of her. Okay, and she was standing at the bedroom door, and the moment she, the jinn noticed her, he had this furious look in his eyes, okay, his yellow eyes, and the door simply slammed locked. And then she kept banging on the door, but then there was no sound at all, okay, from within. She got exhausted. She kept banging. She kept crying. And then later on, she just passed out there. Okay, her mom. Later, when she woke up, she unlocked the door, and Jenny was now clothed, and she was sitting on the floor. And when her mom tried to go near her, she just stared. She was just staring in the space. She was just sort of zoned out. Something pulled away from her, and no matter how much she tried, she couldn't reach her. Okay, so Jenny looked at her, and she couldn't come near her as well. And she said, "No one should. He doesn't like it. Go away." And by her looks, she could tell that she wasn't my Jenny. No, she was not my daughter. Uh, After that, why did I lose it? Okay, so she said that she was becoming this completely different person, and then she had these haunting dreams about that she's losing Jenny. Okay, and then she did not even let any people visit her or even anyone to go to the bedroom. Okay, and then she started crying, and then she said, what do I do? I'm all this. My daughter's in all this mess and all that. So, and then she began crying in front of my mom. So my mom also got scared, and she honestly did not know how to advise. So she just consoled Jenny's mom, and from the corner of her eye again she saw this dark shadow behind her mom. And so my mom just basically consoled her, and they left. My mom came home, and the next day she felt sick. So she was sick for a couple of days. And later on, my mom went to a priest and told the entire situation. Also told that after hearing all this, even I fell asleep. I fell sick. So can you please come with me? They need help, and her mom is very much worried, and she doesn't know who to go to. So they went. So they both went to their house. Okay, Jenny's house, and there was no one. Okay, the house was empty. They were able to open the main door somehow. It was difficult, but they were able to open it. The house had a stinking environment. Most of the stuff was still there. The kitchen was messed up. All things were lying on the floor. And when they went to the bedroom, okay, so when they went to the bedroom, their hearts felt heavy because the bedroom was completely empty. No piece of furniture, absolutely nothing. The room had a burning smell, and it was awfully black. Okay, but there couldn't be any fire, because if there was a fire, the entire house would have burned down, because it was a very small bedroom. Okay, so there wasn't any fire. The priest said that something very sinister happened here, but it's left now. It's not there.
Oh, thank God.
And my mom even tried to file a missing complaint, but since we do not have any of their pictures, they were just lost in space, and we still don't know Jenny or Jenny's family's whereabouts are still unknown.
Jenny was
Where they
missing from
were.
the block.
Yeah, everything just wiped off. Nothing was there. There was nothing, absolutely nothing.
I was actually worried about you all because I saw the mall ka lights go off twice
Dude,
and some people arguing with you all.
Suddenly, oh
You
no,
guys are
it
Have
about
you
to get
have you
locked in
been
the
have you
mall.
been in a locked mall? That is the spookiest
Yeah.
thing. There's
yeah,
nothing spookier in a
There's a
locked
film
mall.
made on a mall ghost story, by the way. Please go home.
yeah,
And where is
yeah,
this
yeah,
mall which is open?
Let's go.
we've been trying to book a cab for so long, and I've been trying to get on your streams right from the beginning. I was just
And now
waiting.
you
I was
just,
Welcome.
seeing it every
and
time.
when you were just narrating the story, एक Uber driver 4-5
You
लोग
did
आके
it.
चले गए. Madam phone नहीं उठा रही है. We'll have to cancel this ride.
Yeah, but yeah,
But congratulations, Ekta. I
Anyway,
thought
thank
you
you. You
narrated
made it.
100 pages.
You did it.
Yeah,
quick time.
Nikhila, I don't know how you did that
Not a
without a
single
headphone.
or an
Are you a
We-
teacher? Are you a teacher?
As well.
Are you a teacher by any chance?
No, I'm not. But yeah, a lot of people have complimented on my speaking skills, so thank you.
It's a
We were
lot.
missing the ums and the ahs really this time. It
That
was
was, yeah, that was fab.
anyway. Thank you,
But
Thank you.
Nikhila.
Big
Have a
hug.
good one.
And Jose,
Thank you so much.
I found this stream a couple of weeks ago, and I've been binge watching it like
I'm so
crazy.
sorry this is
Wow.
happening to you.
You are just killing it. I mean, awesome on your sense of humor. I mean,
dying also at the
Wow.
same time. Thank you so
and I'm
much.
so lucky I got to be on the stream, and Jose, I mean, Cyrus is there, so Cyrus, big fan,
That
big
group
fan.
hug, group hug, everyone.
Group hug, guys. Come on, come on.
Thank you.
Mall hug.
Thank you so much. And Suresh sir, आप तो मतलब Suresh sir.
कुछ भी
जितना
नहीं हो।
बोलेंगे ना कम रहेगा, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ। यही है वो आदमी सुरेश,
Actually, Suresh sir के लिए
सबसे
जितना
बड़ा
बोलो
हीरा, इससे बड़ा हीरा है ही नहीं दुनिया में।
Indeed,
Anyway,
indeed, Jose. I
ठीक
completely
है,
agree with you. Thank you so
ठीक है
much. Thank you
नितिन,
so
bye
much,
bye.
guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
But you know, Suresh, she was saying that the what? Jinn had taken her aunt. Same thing
Jenny,
happened
Jin
with one
took-
of.
Jin
Same thing
took Jenny.
happened with my uncle. The Jinn
Really?
had taken him also, but he
Where
was
they taken
really
Into gin.
he was an alcoholic. So that's what happened there. As you can tell, everyone here has lost.
Why the?
But
why were you-
amazing.
Fucking
Sorry.
hell, that was a long story, man.
But what
Listen,
was amazing was I actually was thinking, "Arey, they mall wall band hoega," and I thought they.
Dude, I was getting yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, I was like, the lights are gonna go off while she's
बीच में
speaking,
light off हो
and-
गया मालूम?
Yeah,
I was not laughing at the story. I was laughing at Suresh. Suresh had his hands like this,
yeah. I thought Suresh stopped
and he was
moving
doing that.
he was
And
doing
and Cyrus for a good like 30 seconds, he just stopped like this. Okay. And then someone in the chat commented saying, Cyrus,
I'm
wake
dead.
up. So in my head, I was imagining myself screaming, Cyrus, uth up! In the middle.
I was
started laughing.
it's weird, right? Because when you hear a story on ghost streams, no matter what you do, you're visualizing shit, right?
Yeah.
And her logistics were like, then she went to the room, then she took a ride, then there was someone on the bed. Then I'm like, so I was
But it's
zooming on.
quite scary. Then as somebody mentioned also, suddenly it went from PG plus parental guidance
Yeah,
plus आगे
yeah.
चला गया.
But
Yeah,
I also agree that I think the stories told in a conversational format maybe are more intriguing, I feel. Otherwise, you're imagining the page.
Exactly.
I don't know. I was imagining the page. I don't know.
And then
But
she
it was
had
well
this,
told.
she had this really she
But
put a lot
well
of effort
spoken,
into
yeah.
it, man.
Excellent.
And dude, she's
go to
sitting
a
in
mall and do
she's
it,
standing
yeah,
in a mall and doing it. Your attention span is zapping out. There's some people at the back roaming around,
Yeah.
chitting.
And somebody say, "Ma'am, आपको please निकलो."
Hey,
हमको mall बंद करना है.
Saif Sheikh says, "Who can dare summarize the story?" I can. Jenny was a shy girl. She suddenly found confidence, and then she found that she was possessed by a jinn.
A jinn.
And then it ended in the end because they still do not know where their whereabouts unknown.
That is the best bit. So this is a very I just felt she was very casual about the end. So, and then they were not there. Oh, where did they go?
That's it. Then
To
we
the
ended
mall.
it there.
Huh? It's just like they disappeared.
Anyway, guys, before we move on to our final story of the day, there's still 2 minutes left for our Khatam Tata Bye Bye mark. We will take one story, but before that, दोस्तों माफ
अरे
कीजिएगा. हेलो हेलो सुरेश जी, मैं आपका बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ. साइरस जी, आपका भी बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ. मैं एक दो सुपर चैट्स और एक बड़ा अनाउंसमेंट करना है. 1 सेकंड अगर आप मेरे को 2 सेकंड देंगे. 1 सेकंड अगर आप मेरे को 2
अगर 2
सेकंड
सेकंड
देंगे.
दें,
3
क्या
सेकंड
क्या
टोटल.
बात है भाई.
आपकी फिल्म में भी आजकल ऐसे ही चल रहा है.
क्या मतलब?
Suresh screwed me. I got out of character. All right. Sidhu says, आज साइरस के आने की स्टोरी से क्वालिटीज बढ़ गई है.
अरे वरना तो मुझे पनौती बुलाते थे.
या
अरे
They said,
ये
"Fuck you,
सब्जेक्टिव
come
है,
here, fuck
सब्जेक्टिव है ये सब.
Subjective.
अक्षय निकम says हैप्पी हैलोवीन हीरा लोग. रात 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 हालो हालो. हैप्पी हैलोवीन एवरीवन. Samruddhi Patil says, I take back the trips to Panvel being worth it. Okay, I have to read her previous message before she says, Samruddhi, that's you, Suresh. Samruddhi Patil ji ne bola, reaching Panvel for every story, but they are so worth it today. So good. Love you guys. Cyrus loved Mind the Malhotras.
Thank you.
Oh, lovely.
Then her next message was, I take back the trips to Panvel being worth it message. I'm sorry. Samruddhi Patil ne kaha hai. Mega Chand, thank you so much for your message. How sweet. And of course, Nikhil De Costa, thanks a lot for stream. Hoezaay, lifesaver during lockdown. Even now, ye main पढ़ लिया. Okay, guys, मेरे पास एक बहुत बड़ा announcement है. नहीं, मैं बोलूंगी.
क्या बात
This
है?
is like watching a really cheap puppet show.
यार इसके घर पे पीछे से कोई लोग आएंगे, पता चलेगा माता चढ़ गई है बेचारे में. So it's just
Anyway.
entering in the back. You have a guest staying at your house. They're hearing these sounds. You're standing alone in the hall. They see the back of your head. They're never coming back.
like I was saying, super cheap puppet show. तो anyway, साइरस जी, सुरेश जी, मैं आपका बहुत बड़ी फैन हूँ और मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ कि देखिए, ये स्ट्रीम के वजह से वल्डरमंत जी और मुझे ये ब्रांड पार्टनरशिप्स मिला है, आप समझ
क्या
रहे?
बात है,
हाँ,
शिल्पी जी
कितना पेड
बिल्कुल कमाल
पार्टनरशिप्स
है।
हम और हम लोग रियल भी नहीं है, सबसे बड़ी बात ये है तो। और मुझे बोलने तो मैं बताऊंगा लोगों को।
अरे
तो
मुझे सुनने दो।
आप सुनिए सर, तो सीन ये है कि amazon प्राइम म्यूजिक का ऐप है और उसमें सब हॉरर वाला पॉडकास्ट है। तो लोगों ने बोला क्या आप वीडियो बना सकते इस पे? मैंने बोला देखो मैं बाथरूम में हूँ, मैं अब बाद में कॉल करता हूँ आपको। तो मैंने कुछ पॉडकास्ट को सुन के मैंने एक थोड़ा रिकमेंडेशंस बनाए, वो कल मेरा वीडियो और मेरा भी कल आएगा। समझ रहे हैं आप सुरेश
तो
जी
समझ
और
गए
साइरस जी?
तो नाइस।
बिल्कुल शिल्पी जी।
साइरस और साइरल, अगर आप सुन रहे हैं तो इतना अच्छा आदमी है, इसने ऑलरेडी ना अपना अकाउंट नंबर सब लेके ट्रांसफर भी कर रहा है। Amazon Prime is paying him 2 crores.
2 crores, CROWS. But anyway, it's on the Amazon Prime Music app. There are a bunch of podcasts, and a lot of people have recommended Jay Alani, the Mr. Ballin podcast. Jay Alani, a lot of people said, hey, tum log Jay Alani ko leke aao yahan pe. Anyway, now I'll be making a reel about that. So please check that out. I'll be
Dude, yeah, we
posting
should
that
do that.
tomorrow.
You should do that. Totally do that, man.
Be nice, na? And I'm
Be amazing.
I'm going to be tagging them on the reel also. So I will reach out to them, and I'm going to see
Why
if we
don't
can
you-
try
why
to
don't-
get some of them
Why
on
don't you
our
get them,
stream.
yeah? Why don't you get
And
them
they'll
on
be
your
like,
stream?
we watched it, it's quite trashy, we don't want to be on there with you. अरे एक और आ गया, वेंकट रमन नायक, you missed my super chat. Sorry, आपने क्या बात कर रही, अब ये वाला मिस नहीं हुआ तो चलो ठीक है. Just wanted to congratulate everyone, especially me. और मुझे भी on the paid partnership जो कल होगा आप देख लेना. तो final story guys.
Yeah, which one are you guys going for?
I'm going for a Ouija board.
I need some
Haunted house,
हाँ.
house possessed by evil spirit.
Fuck.
Final story of the day. Whatever happens, no matter how much you
It
hate
is what
this
it is.
story,
You back this shit up.
this is it.
You're looking awfully happy for us. Oh, it's two house possessed by evil spirit and Ouija board.
Audible?
Ouija board.
Audience.
It's the same story.
Very much. Please, Amazon Prime Music now.
Yeah.
वो चेक ही कर रहा था.
अरे वाह, not bad, very cool. Amazon, hope you're watching.
आप प्लीज कहानी सुनाइए, इतनी अच्छी बातें बोलने के बाद होज़े भी खुश.
Stage is all yours.
Story बहुत starting का story बहुत time ले लिया. So I'll straight go to the story. So this is based in Pune, and it's in a society called Kubera Colony, and it's so the issue with the society is that the society is just like beside a cemetery. So one of my colleagues, her daughter, his daughter kind of narrated me the story, and it's personal, her story. So the thing is that this was when she was in 6th standard. So one of her, like, it's really spooky. So she was having a birthday party, and her house is like, you can see the graveyard from her house ka window, like opposite here. So she was in 6th standard, and she had hosted a party. So a couple of friends had come, and the mom and dad went to get the birthday cake and the food from outside. So meanwhile, like this is around 2010 na, तो तब आज तक और ये सब में बहुत horror का आ रहा था, and like it was really popular. So they had bought a UG board for the girl. So she took that out and she started, like, all the friends थोड़ा गान मस्ती था तो चालू किया उन्होंने.
How old was this girl?
She was around 10 years old, 6th standard.
10 Okay.
ये board खरीद रहे हैं.
कीड़े.
हाँ, पेरेंट्स को बुलाओ. हाँ.
So they started doing the Ouija board and it started moving on its own. So they started doing the routine that is a spirit there, and then it went to yes, and it started moving. So they got really freaked out and they left. So the golden rule of when you're doing a session in a Ouija board is that you have to say has the spirit left, and the spirit has to say bye bye. If it doesn't say that, then the spirit it remains. So
Stereo.
क्या बोल रहे हो?
नहीं. Then so the spirit has to, when it's leaving, it's saying bye bye.
It remains. It doesn't kind of leave, it attaches. So that happened, and then she kind of dar ke mare kept it inside, and the parents came and the birthday party happened and everything was very normal. Shit started happening after like 2-3 days. So जैसे सुरेश सर हमेशा पॉइंट आउट करते हैं कि घोस्ट्स हमेशा नल चालू करते हैं या तो पानी का नल चालू करते हैं या तो विंडो
They do
ठोकते हैं.
stupid things.
Basically plumbing things.
Yeah, they want to kind of get some attention and create some suspense. Them existing. So वो चालू किया उसने, घोस्ट ने भी चालू किया नल चालू करने का और विंडोज में करने का. But once what happened, so the father was a bit kind of affected by this. He wouldn't understand what's happening. So once he kind of got in the middle of the night and was going to the washroom, and he saw a hand like this in like window में कैसे से हाथ दिखता है. So he saw an imprint of a hand. So that spooked him out a lot. So then so he's from a Christian faith, so he called so he's like very secular, so her faith mein manta hai, but he called this father from the church, and the father came inside and he said that there's some negative presence here, so you start kind of, he did the holy water and all of that, and thoda it kind of reduced the spirit effect, the negative presence, it kind of reduced for a couple of days. And the next like time it kind of manifested, blockbuster ho gaya uske baare mein. Like what happened is that this is the part which spooks me out a lot. So the girl was not sleeping alone, she was sleeping with her parents because she was really scared of all of these activities. So she was sleeping, so and the AC was on top, okay, like AC hota na bed ke upar. So she woke up and asked her dad, can you get some water for me? So the dad went straight like this and went to the kitchen and got the water bottle. And the girl, she looked up, there was a lady in like a black dress sitting on the AC. So she kind of just stuck there. She got paralyzed, like she could only see on top. So the father came and saw that, why is she like looking at her and like, why is she so paralyzed? As soon as he looked up, right, that ghost kind of attacked on him. And it was a female presence, so it kind of attacked on him and then evaporated. And so that spooked him out a lot. And it was like a lady in a burqa, so like it was lady in a burqa and it kind of attacked him. So then so burqa, so he thought, I'll call a Muslim guy to kind of just purify the house. So that guy came and he said, he kind of did his ritual, and he said that there's a very evil female presence here attached to the house. And it said that she's so evil that she won't leave the house. Like she's very attached and it's going to be very difficult. And the kind of occurrences of paranormal activities happening there was increasing a lot. So then they thought ki nahi hoga, distress sale pe unne डाल दिया property and they left. So वो property नहीं बिका, like it's 5 साल हुआ नहीं बिका property. और फिर someone kind of like people don't say ना मैं ghost में believe नहीं करता, and they're like all very bindas and मेरे को फटती नहीं. Like we normal people say डर गई, but these guys are like फटती नहीं. So that guy with his so there was a nuclear family, one son, one mother and father, and the son was very healthy. So they kind of bought the flat and they started staying there. But what happened is that in a span of 3 months, the son's health kind of started deteriorating, and he started getting ill, and it was till such an extent that he died.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So the kid died. And then now the property is vacant, like no one stays there.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to tell us how they got rid of the ghost and how everything was fine at the end.
Yeah, bro.
And all this started off from a 10-year-old girl saying, hey, let's say, बच्चे लोग आज क्या करते हैं? Let's watch Walt Disney का some shows. No, let's do ahhh board. When somebody read the Delhi में, it is ahhh board. Param.
You know, the best part is
But why would you buy a 10-year-old that you like? Can you buy Ouija boards at a store? Like
you must have made one or something.
Crossword also.
Kids are crazy like that. But
are you serious? It's available in Crossword. Like you can just go and buy it.
Yeah.
It's just a piece of wood. Look.
Damn, bro.
Well, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, please continue.
No, please say it, Hoezaay, please. We need
No,
to hear
I
you.
genuinely forgot. I'm
Oh,
getting old.
shucks, mate.
I don't
so-
remember what I was going to say. No, I remember now. Every time someone says Ouija board, na, they pronounce it differently. Even us. See, now when I
Yeah.
say it the next time, now I'm going to say a different word. Ouija
Yeah.
board. See?
Yeah. Ouija board.
Ahooja board.
Ahuja
Ouija
board.
board.
Ahuja cement.
Param wrote that.
Ambuja board.
Really funny. I started laughing when I read that. Ahuja board.
Anyway, take care, buddy. Thanks for sharing that
Thanks,
with us.
man.
Yeah, I
Brother,
stay.
man.
We used to stay in the same society. तो अगर next stream में कभी मौका मिला तो मेरा भी story बोलूँगा personal experience का.
अरे
We
वाह.
stay in the same society?
Yeah, I used to stay in the same society, and someone very
To
helpful.
her,
Oh, acha,
Jose.
I was like,
Jose.
Stop making it about you. Jose thought you're his neighbor.
No,
Sorry,
no.
I'm
Yeah.
the main
Oh.
character, guys. Anyway, take care. Have a good one. Bye,
Thanks,
bro. Thank
brother.
you so much.
Take
Bye,
care.
bye.
Very unique.
Bye.
Thank you.
And with
Damn,
that,
bro.
ladies and
Damn.
gentlemen, we have come to the end of another
Spooky night ghost stories.
Mr. Attenborough. Always a pleasure. And
Jose!
Oh. Imagine David Attenborough doing pranks on people.
In the jungles, there's a monkey.
Hoja
The
board.
ghost animals.
Oh, fuck. A
Huh?
spirit of a panther.
Abhiraj Singh. Oh my God. I just realized David Attenborough Akshay Kumar की आवाज निकालता है.
What?
करो आप साइरस डेविड एटनबरो की आवाज.
This is a Hoezaay. A dog.
हेलो मैं हूँ अक्षय कुमार.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
Crazy, bro. Very nice.
Chutagiri.
So young, yet so observant, so smart.
I know.
Yeah, Suresh, you're doing well. So
Thank you.
Dude, but have you guys watched like this show called The Watcher or Dharma?
No,
I'm
I've not
watching the
watched it.
Watcher.
You
It's
guys?
quite a crazy.
I'm watching the Watcher and it's
Yeah.
stressing me out like
It's quite crazy. I first gotten hooked onto it. It's quite
I'm also
crazy,
same
man.
thing. I'm just watching and I'm just like, why am I this whole week? I'm just watching dark and twisted shit, dude. All
Yeah.
day.
Do I look like Tarana Raja now?
Wow.
Why would someone say that to you?
Thank you for being specific and not just
What? Such a
random.
random-
Tarana is a close friend. Yeah.
Tarana
I
is in
just-
the radio Tarana.
Yeah.
You have been accepted.
I don't want to say that, dude. Why
I
would you
just-
say?
She's much more prettier than me.
Wait, I'm pulling
I
up
just,
a image of Tarana Raja.
Bichari.
I just. That is pretty close, actually. If you hold the phone really far away, the hair, you got the hair gone.
Yeah.
What I was trying to share with you guys is that I've just started watching The Haunting of Hill House.
How can you see that, bro? That's intense.
It's in the Conjuring universe, apparently. And
I've heard it's fab.
I've even
Check
done a reacts with a certain someone on YouTube, but you'll see the video soon. We watched a bit of an episode, but I started with that. And you know, this guy explaining that lady on top and looking down like that. There's a scene
Yeah.
exactly
Haunting of
like
Hill House.
that. Oh my God, damn creepy. Very
That's
kadak
the
first
classic,
episode.
bro. Very
Very
kadak
kadak.
first episode. Is
First
it
episode.
like a series where it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
one
there's
after the
about-
other? It's-
1 second. Oh no, it started playing. Ah,
What?
I'm sorry.
I actually really liked Guillermo del Toro's The House of Curiosities, or what's it called? The no. Have you heard of it?
It
made-
is in the Conjuring universe, yeah. क्या अभिजीत क्या बोल रहा है? If it's not, I'm very sorry that it is not, but I think it is in the Conjuring universe. क्या
How
बात
is it?
कर रहे हैं? Anyway, not Mike Flanagan, not Conjuring. Okay, whatever
Mike-
it is, whether it is or not, सब लोग का सेम ही चीज रहता है ना भूत के साथ. कोई डॉल है, डॉल में कीड़े पड़े हैं, doll has got कीड़ाs, wants to harass people. Anyway, guys, thank you everyone for joining us. Don't forget
Thanks,
to come over to the
guys.
Discord server. They're going to keep doing this till 4:30 in the morning because they're completely insane. You can go to the banner
Yeah.
of this channel, description of this video, find the Discord server. What a pleasure it is to be in such stellar company once again this week. I feel like
Much
you
fun.
doing this after a really long time. It's just, I cannot begin to tell you how much fun it is just hanging with these amazing people. And I'm not talking about on the stream, I mean off stream. Like whenever I meet Suresh and Cyrus in real life, they're on their phones, I'm on my phone, and it's
Beautiful.
really nice. You know, nobody talks to each other. it's one of the
emotional.
nice things.
And the comfort of staring out of individual windows
Yeah, it's amazing.
after catching up after 6 months and having 4 minutes of conversation.
And then we've had decided to have lunch together one of these days for the
Yeah,
past
which we
1 year.
will.
Yeah, but in
We-
individual, like different restaurants.
We missed MC Hamster today. And before we go, guys, if y'all want to talk about anything y'all are doing in the coming week, whether it's lying down, standing up, any shows, mind the Malhotras. It's about time that we start watching that in droves. Cyrus
Please watch Potluck also on Sony. Level.
Potluck also. Suresh?
Yeah, and I've produced a few good shows for MX Player that will
Dude,
be coming
you're
up.
killing
this-
it. You're killing
Yeah.
it in MX Player, bro.
Talia.
Two brilliant shows coming up on non-fiction, both of them, and really interesting ones, which I'll definitely talk about in the next stream. That
But
will
they
be-
know
Releasing-
that you're doing this for them?
yeah, they do. They do.
Just checking.
I'm the producer on that, so
Oh,
please
wow.
have some respect, bro.
Just joking.
Stand up when they talk to you.
Yeah.
Just chatting.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for
Oh,
the men, the Zen, the High Zen, one of our mods also. I thought I had a good rhyme there, but I'm just going to say that these lovely people, put your hands together for Cyrus.
Guys,
Sahuka.
It was awesome, man. It was awesome being back. It was so much fun.
Arr,
Thank
arr,
you.
arr.
we want
And,
you back.
Since you spoke about it, Cyrus, we are planning to do the love advice thing. I know it's your favorite thing in the world. So let's start love advice, but this is how we're going to do it. We're going to start the love clinic back up. We'll give you guys a time. You can call in, screw around, say whatever you want. It won't be live. And then we'll
Air.
air that stuff. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Running out of words.
I just want to say that
Yeah.
yes, I am doing something tomorrow for a change. I may be on Saurabh's stream during the India South Africa match,
Nice.
6:30 p.m. onwards.
Got it. Does Saurabh know you're doing this?
He doesn't know. I
Just
twisted
checking.
his arm to do it.
Such a shit.
Anyway,
bro.
fantastic and a big round of applause, guys. Like I said, for Cyrus Saukar, drop some
Bro, I had a
peaches,
blast.
drop some bangans in the chat, and look at him. He knows I'm about to talk about him. There, a small smile will come out. See. Oh, the control could not be had, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only,
Only.
Suresh Menon. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
strange.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
The glue. We'll give one word. The
Yeah.
glue.
I'm glue.
The Titanic.
The ironclad heart.
The long reach of humanity.
The burning candle in the wind.
It's all body parts. Why are you doing this?
Lord Hoezaay the Fourth, the purveyor of lost herbs and stories, is here.
I hope you had a good time. Don't
Lost
forget,
hopes.
don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Go over to Cyrus's Instagram, Suresh's Instagram. Give them tons of love, and of
Yeah,
course, the
man,
person who
please,
made
yeah.
our artwork for today.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Talia. Chalo. Very awkward ending. I'm
Yeah,
pressing the
yeah.
button.
Yeah.
All right, let's make it. Okay. Oh, can you guys just give me a wave like that? Just give me a wave like that. Oh, lovely. I'll do anything I tell you. That's strange.
I love these online workout classes.
Yeah, that sounds like
Chalo.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Take care, everyone. Have a good weekend. We'll see you on the Discord server. Great stuff, guys. Anyway, stream is over. What do we do about Cyril? Yeah, I don't know.
Cyril, I think he's got an issue.
Really,
I
you think it'll
he's
get
going through some-
cured? But
No.
he's been putting a lot of ointment on it, and
But piles is not easy to cure also.
This is a tough one, man.
yeah. But the doctor was like, "How did you get it in your ear? That's very strange." Oh, we're still live. Oh, sorry, guys. That was not supposed to go out. Take care,
Oh,
everyone.
shit.
Have a good weekend. Bye. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Bye.